It's time!
Yeah, I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Nigga said Rello here with the crash out now. Rello out here with the crash out now. Hey, oh, that's a woman. That's a woman. Hey, oh. Anybody touch me in this bitch's eye.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah, where were your children when you was living in Brazil?
In your girl's mouth, nigga.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You go to hell, bitch. He nutted on my leg.
All these bitches is my sons. And I'ma go and get some pips for them.
You are the father.
You my son, you should thank my dick. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
Perfect. Here we go.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.
Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Class is in session. My brother from another mother international. How do you do today?
What's poppin', slime?
Yes,
What's
sir.
Gucci chat?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Got a lit, action-packed, jam-packed show for y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
today.
We're here,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
We're here.
Got some ghosts in the building.
Hold on, make sure your mic's on. Hold on. I know you guys can hear him, but we need to make sure Al is on completely. Give me 1 second, guys.
Turn me up.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Let's get it.
Run that back, turbo.
All right, now he's on. There it is.
Check.
Hold on.
It's a
Fix
little-
itself. It's good now. It's good now.
Okay.
It takes a second to fix itself, chat. We're here. We're here.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Mr. Miyagi. I see you. Tootie's World 2.0. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, guys? Class is in session. We are here. Welcome back, guys. We're back with another show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. Let's make sure we're live on Instagram. We are live on Instagram. Let's make sure we're live on Facebook. Facebook was acting weird last time, chat. It was acting real weird, bro. We need to make sure this shit work this time, bro. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Let's make sure Instagram is nope. So Instagram's doing some weird thing, chat, where I can't go live until after the stream. It won't let me go live during. So I guess we're not doing Instagram until we figure this out. But guys, Instagram's doing, I'm sorry, not Instagram. Facebook is doing something weird where it won't let me go live publicly until after the show ends. All good. Shout out to the Facebook team. We'll catch y'all after the show. Shout out to Shabby. What's good? He says, yeah, ho. Arjan, what's good? What's good? He said, have you met Juanita Bell? I have not met Juanita Bell. I have not. Thank you, man. Make sure you guys send in your Cash Apps, guys. The Cash App is right up here, okay? You can scan the QR code or you can type in $MenTuition. You guys can send in your tuition to MenTuition. We'd appreciate that, guys. All the love and support. And if you send in a Cash App, we will, read that out loud and give you guys a special shout out. You can also send us a PayPal or you can do a super chat. Just remember, when you guys do super chats, YouTube takes 30%. So, super chats are cool and they do come up on the screen right away, but YouTube they be doing too much, bro. They be doing too much.
Might have to rate Juanita Bell if we can.
We got to rate Juanita Bell. Should we rate her?
I don't know if this is her.
Is she bad? Who's
No,
Juanita
that's
Bell,
not
bro?
her. This one.
Oh, that's her right here. She only got 3 pictures. She got 2 point.
more.
Oh, okay. Never. Ooh, okay.
Maybe we'll do it later.
Yeah. She's in Miami.
Get the support.
That's a BBL. She looked like she's at Boxer Gym right here. This might be, if she's in Miami, that's probably Boxer. She's bad. We'll bring her up later, chat. She got some work done, but she was cute before the work. You can tell some of the girls that are bad before the work. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our housekeeping real quick, guys, and then we'll jump into the show. We appreciate you guys again. Make sure you guys like the video. Shout out to everybody that's been signing up to Patreon, to the locals. We appreciate y'all, man.
We got like 20 people in
y'all
the
been
last
going
couple
crazy.
Days.
Yeah, y'all been going super crazy. And so shout out to y'all, man, for real. All right, let's bring this up real quick. Guys, we got a jam-packed show today, and we got to get Check on, man. We got to get Check in effect on, guys. We will get him soon.
Check in effect. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Shout out to Rello. But before we jump into anything else, guys, let's talk about our locals. That's mentuition.locals.com, guys. This is where you're going to see all the behind-the-scenes footage, all the yacht parties, all the fun stuff that me and Al do that you guys don't typically get to see. Actually, KBS Travels is right here across the table. We had a lot of other Passport Bros, other traveler YouTubers here on this boat, but we had pretty much the best footage from this whole damn thing. So if you guys want to see this in its entirety, join the locals. That's mentuition.locals.com. It is free to join. However, if you want to see the behind the scenes footage, guys, you do have to sign up for $9.99. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition, guys. This is where you're going to get all the sauce, all the behind the scenes footage. Plus you're going to get our, travel breakdowns of all the different countries that we've been to so far. We're still working on Brazil 101, guys. So stay tuned for that, but that'll be out soon. Just bear with us on Brazil 101, guys. We have a lot to edit, a lot to do. But we're also editing some other things, and there's just a bunch of things going on top of that.
We lost some of the footage, so we got to reshoot.
Yeah, one of our SD card got corrupted, and then some of the footage that we recorded didn't have any sound, so we lost like a lot of the Brazil 101, guys. But please bear with us. We promise we will get it out. Just bear with us, okay? All right, guys, let's go into the tiers real quick of our Patreon, and then we'll jump into the show. The first tier is our general admission tier. We have 3 tiers, actually. The first tier, again, is general admission. You get free access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, you get our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answered per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off of merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, shout out to all of our all access pass members. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, 20% off the merch, and even more special Discord access. And guys, don't forget to join the Discord. That is mentuitiondiscord.net. You can join for free. Discord basically, guys, is like a online forum chat where you guys can talk about your upcoming travel plans or really anything that's going on in the world, okay? Also, guys, make sure you join our Facebook group. The link is in the description below. The Facebook group is popping. And last, it's certainly not least, guys, join our YouTube membership. If everything else that I'm telling you guys or reading off to you guys is too expensive for you, our Mentuition Mafia YouTube membership is only $3.99. Okay, the link is below. If you guys want to support us, you really rock with the show, you watch every show, you like the way me and Al presented information to you guys, join our YouTube membership. Again, it's $3.99, and the link is in the description below. Okay, all right, guys, let's get into the show.
Here we go.
All right, guys. So today's show is entitled, okay, Passport Bros are evolving, guys. Okay, breaking news. Passport Bros are evolving, guys. Kind of like a fucking Pokemon, all right? Kind of like Goku or Gohan when he got pissed off at Cell. Okay, we're changing. We're getting angry. We're getting pissed. We're taking action. That's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? We have to evolve, guys. We have to change our ways. We have to do other things besides travel to Colombia, travel to Thailand, and travel to where, guys? You guessed it, yes. Travel to, you know where it's coming, guys, okay? Travel to Sosua, guys, of course. All right, we got to go other places than Sosua. I know you guys love the Sioux, but there's other places that you can go that are far better, and I want to see you guys do better, okay? I get it. I get it. I understand, okay? I truly do.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
I know you want to get them in.
I want some hawkers.
Me too. But unfortunately, guys, okay, we have to evolve. We have to do different things. We have to be better and do better, okay? I got a chance during Miami Swim Week to talk to women from Cuba, Russia, Man, there was
Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago. Can't forget Tobago. It was lit, man. It was cool. Me and Al got a chance to really get some game too. So when we talk to women from other countries, we typically ask them like, hey, like, you know, what is there to do in Russia? What is there to do in Trinidad? Where should we stay? Where should we go? We give you guys like passport bro information from the women, right? Where can I find baddies that look like you? Where can I find beautiful women that look like you? Al had a realization. You said something about Trinidad. Al said he may find his wife in Trinidad instead of Brazil, which was crazy because this guy right here, guys, okay, all he does is talk about how great Brazil is and how he's gonna find his wife.
Hitting Brazilian dance from
Not anymore. No
But
more Brazil
now
talk.
that we've seen some of these women from Trinidad, Lala Baptiste is from Trinidad and Tobago. We had brought up her picture a couple times on the last show. There was a beautiful woman that we interviewed from Miami Swim Week. Body, one of the best looking girls we probably interviewed there. She was from Trinidad and Tobago. So we have to go for sure. Whenever the next Carnival is, I guess it's next year at this point, we got to hit that up, chat. We got to do a Trinidad and Tobago and do it live stream style, IRL style. I think that'd be lit. Okay. What up, Jamies? What's up, Cornell? JJM, director, was good. I see you guys. Okay, so we have some videos to go over today, guys, and thank you guys so much again for all the love and support. We got a super chat from JJM director. He says El Salvador is opening up. The Prez is locking fools up and cleaning up the country. Yeah, we could talk about that too, guys. That's a good topic as well that we can talk about. Trump is going crazy.
El Salvador. Should we hit El Salvador? I don't know about that one.
Wait, so hold on. Is
they cleaning it up?
The actual country El Salvador, they're cleaning it up, and Trump don't have no issues with El Salvador, right?
I don't know.
Because if Trump, right now, Trump has an issue with Cuba. There's a travel ban to Cuba. Shout out to Check, man. Check in effect, literally.
Check in effect. Yeah, checkmate. Yeah.
He just got out of there.
Just got back from Cuba. He just missed literally something where he might not even been able to come back. They might have just gave him a hard time at the airport. Like, oh, you got an American passport? Yeah, fuck you, dude. You're not coming back, or we're gonna search you or do a bunch of crazy shit. So you guys got to be very careful with these countries where Trump's kind of getting into it with them, especially Cuba. Cuba, we've always had a love-hate relationship with Cuba, even since we were kids, when Castro was still, you know, running things there. I don't even know who the new
That's
dude
actually
is.
a good segue. Yeah, a great segue into a video that I wanted to review.
Okay.
With DC Born Rob. Shout out to him.
Shout out to DC Born Rob, man.
He had a video the other day that was like crazy as fuck. So I'm like, all right, we gotta talk about that on the next show. So where is it? Which one?
He said they are a crypto economy, however, no drugs. Okay, put that in the chat. We'll bring it up. I've never really thought about going to El Salvador. I've never met a Salvadorian woman before. I'm sure there's probably some beautiful women there, but if, you know, I don't know if it's worth it to go, we can go. I don't know, guys. That might be the setup too, though. They're probably trying to get tourists there, and then it's going to be a whole nother Cartagena or Colombia again, where they're just trying to rip people off. If they're really trying to bring people there for tourism, maybe that's something the passport bro could, you know what I'm saying, go over there and start advertising El Salvador. You know, that would be dope. Like a YouTube content creator going there and the El Salvadorians kind of helping them put out some dope content and bringing more people there. I would go if it was, you know, gringo friendly. Shout out to Jamie.
I catch me over in Venezuela before El Salvador. If I'm gonna risk it for I'm gonna risk it in Venezuela.
A Venezolana.
Oh man, I'll risk it over there, man. They be having the baddies over there. So, and the country looks beautiful. Like it looks.
Yeah.
Like I'm pissed that we can't go there, but I just met this dope ass Venezuelan chick. So she said that she could take me over there next time I'm over in that direction. But I'm like, I don't know about Venezuela.
What's his name went there? Kirk Cass. He always be in Venezuela, which is crazy.
Yeah, does Kirk Cass have black skin?
He does not.
Okay.
He does not. Hey,
I
but
think the
there is a
rules
good-
are slightly
The
different.
good thing about El Salvador, though, it is on the coast, chat. Okay, I'm looking.
So is
here.
Venezuela.
No, I'm just saying it's not one of them ones that at
Is
least
in the
like,
middle. Yeah.
at least it's not some bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at least it's not what's one of these fuck countries? At least it's not Bolivia. Okay, chat. At least it's not this. It's
Bro,
surrounded
nobody
by-
even talks about Bolivia. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
El
crazy.
Salvador,
I forgot about that country.
yeah, it's forgettable. But at least if you hit up anything here, you know what I'm saying? Anything along this little San Salvador. San Salvador is not on the coast, but you can probably hit up any beach. They probably have some nice beaches. It's probably not too. It's probably hot as it's hot as fuck there. So yeah, man. All right, let's bring up this video. Shout out to DC born Rob. He has a video talking about all the crackdowns, all the craziness going on. So let's bring this up. Let's put this at 1 point. Let's put it at 1.2 speed. All right, here we go.
Gotta put it.
It helps. It's free. Come on, you can stop right now.
Put it at the beginning.
Yeah. Here we go. My bad, chat.
Yo, it's DC Rob, giving you the lowdown from Colombia to Cuba.
But he be changing his whole.
He has a new intro every episode.
Stay safe abroad, let's break it down. DC Rob's got the info you need, from the East Coast streets to the Caribbean breeze.
Okay, guys, I have 3 good stories that are breaking right now, and I want to get them out to you tonight for posting. Well, you'll see this tomorrow at lunchtime, hopefully. Let's just jump into the stories right away. Miami International Airport has travelers talking and worrying. American citizens are reporting some intense experiences with Customs and Border Protection at MIA, and it's raising serious questions. Picture this. You're a U.S. citizen, you just landed, and suddenly you're detained. Your phone's been searched, and your global entry status is gone. That's what's happening to some folks, and they're not happy. Take Jose, a 37-year-old barber.
Can we gotta run that back, Turbo.
You want to run that back?
Yeah, we gotta run that back.
Okay.
Run that back, Turbo.
And I want to get them out to you tonight for posting. Well, you'll see this tomorrow at lunchtime, hopefully. Let's just jump into the stories right away. Miami International Airport has travelers talking and worrying. American citizens are reporting some intense experiences with Customs and Border Protection at MIA, and it's raising serious questions. Picture this. You're a U.S. citizen, you just landed, and suddenly you're detained. Your phone's been searched, and your global entry status is gone. That's what's happening to some folks, and they're not happy. Take Jose, a 37-year-old barber from North Carolina. In January, he flew back from Nicaragua, cleared customs, but at baggage claim officers demanded his ID again. When he questioned it, citing his global entry status, they detained him, searched his luggage, and later revoked his global entry. Jose, who's heavily tattooed, told the Miami Herald it felt like intimidation, not security. Then there's Sab, a Fort Lauderdale travel blogger. In April, after a European trip, she was held for hours at MIA. Officers scrolled through her TikTok, asked her about her income and even her dad's immigration status. Her video about it, over 2 million views. She wonders if her anti-Trump merchandise brand played a role, though Customs didn't mention it. And just last month, Jorge Lopez Gutierrez, a Miami ICU nurse whose travels to Cuba to visit his wife, said everyone on his May 7th flight had their bags searched. He noticed stricter checks lately, and other passengers were asked to hand over phones and questioned about cash. These aren't isolated cases. From Detroit to Chicago, citizens like an immigration attorney and a political streamer report similar detentions with questions about their views on topics like Trump or Gaza. Customs say they're just enforcing the law, with less than 0.01% of travelers facing device searches, and they deny targeting political beliefs. But the ACLU of Florida says these stories are fueling fears that free speech is under scrutiny at the border. Travelers are getting cautious. Some are using burner phones or wiping social media before flying home. So what's going on? Is this just Customs doing their job, or is something else at play? If you're hitting the airport soon, you might want to stay sharp, okay?
All right, let's stop it there, guys. He's going to go to another topic. This is a very, very important thing to talk about. He said some interesting things there. The first thing he said was people are wiping their social media before they come home, or even wiping their social media on the way to the place. Maybe getting burner phones, extra phone, packing their real phone in their luggage or in a carry-on and not even really bringing that out. These are things that you guys have to really think about when you're traveling. If you are a YouTuber, a content creator, me and Al have been stopped, asked if we have a YouTube page before. These are things that happen when there's turmoil or there's beef between two countries, between Trump and Cuba, Trump and Colombia. What happens is it starts a lot of times at the airport. When it comes to traveling, it starts at the airport. They will wait to see when you come into customs, to look at your passport and go, okay, let's give these gringos, these foreigners, a hard time because they're from the country that we don't fuck with right now. So what's happening now is a lot of the Latinos are coming back into our country, and the United States is doing the same thing. If you guys didn't notice, I think the 3 names that he read off were all Latinos. It wasn't a white person named Jeff Johnson. It wasn't a black person named Keith, Hudson. It was, something Diaz, something Gonzalez. They're literally fucking with people and not helping them get through customs, guys. Global entry is supposed to be easy. Global entry means you could just kind of walk through. You do what you need to do, scan something, and then you just go through. It's not a bunch of waiting in line. Global entry gets you through faster. So the fact that if you go through global entry, you're getting questioned and you're getting your global entry revoked is problematic. They're looking to see if you've said anything about Trump, if you have a political channel or this or that. You guys have to be very, very careful of what you're recording in these countries, what your views are. They can pick you. And I'm not saying it's just Latinos, but in this particular instance, I think it's Latinos being targeted because of the issues with Colombia, right? We have some issues with Colombia in the last couple months. Colombia. We're having issues currently with Cuba, and it's going to kind of snowball to other countries. But it's one thing that stood out to me was people wiping their phones before they come back from their trip, buying burner phones. It's not necessarily a bad idea to do this, guys. It's not, because if you're there and you taking videos that you shouldn't be taking, or you got some girls in your room that you've been smashing off, right? You in the room getting your thing on and you somehow got it off and got a picture of her or some video.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
Hey, man, there's potential that they could try to go through your phone. What do you think, International, about this first story?
So if you're a foreigner,
okay, yeah, sometimes people are foreigners, that's how it is sometimes.
Foreigner. Let's say you're a foreigner going, let's say we go over to Colombia, we're foreigners, right? Foreigner. They're fucking with us over there, going to our flight, before we even get on the plane to come back here, right? They're fucking with us over there. Then if you're one of them, you might not get fucked with over there, but then customs might fuck with you, or customs might fuck with one of us. They may fuck with their own people. Especially if they see a bunch of stamps going back and forth from Medellin and Cartagena and all these places, they may fuck with you. And now that they're saying that it don't even matter if you have global entry, because global entry, you just walk past, they don't ask questions, no nothing. Now that they're saying that they're fucking with them people too,
that's bad.
And pull out your phone, pull up your pictures, pull up your IG, pull up this, pull up that.
Yeah,
that's crazy work.
Yeah,
open this up. That's really against your rights. It really is against your that's breaking multiple amendments.
Yeah,
but
facts.
You could sit there and argue, hey, that's against my amendment. Cool.
They don't care.
Just gonna sit there then until you listen to them. So it's crazy that they're able to do that in these countries, and especially the US. It's crazy the US is doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I could see it happening in other countries. So but yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine, chat. All right, you done smashed your girlfriend before your trip. You didn't got it in. She giving you some head, whatever. You getting it in with your girl, right? Y'all did some freaky shit. All right, you go on your trip to fucking Bolivia or whatever. No one goes to Bolivia. But
nobody goes to Bolivia.
Let's just say you went there because okay, you're right. We never go to Bolivia. Just say you went to Colombia, okay? You went to Colombia. You have some fun. Colombia. Little, extracurriculars. All right. You come back. Okay. You didn't even really film none of the girls in Colombia. You wasn't doing none of that. You go through global entry and they stop you. Hey, man,
Pull up your WhatsApp.
Pull up your WhatsApp. Not even that, just pull up your.
And you talking shit. You talking shit to your girl about what y'all are gonna do,
bro. They'll go.
Like
they'll go through your actual videos and pictures.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
WhatsApp.
let's say you didn't record any pictures or videos. You said you're with your girlfriend. Let's say you're just texting what y'all gonna do when you get there. You talking your shit to your girl, all that shit over there, and then they say, "Hey, pull up your WhatsApp."
Yeah. Let's say before you went on your trip, though, you were smashing your girl on camera. Like you. This is a personal thing. Like this is your girl. It's not even a pro. They don't even know what's happening or where it is. They're just assuming that and they looking at videos of you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it should be legal for them to look through your social media or your phone unless they have probable cause. They can't just look through your phone. Like that's crazy, chat. Like
they are. That's what they're doing. That's crazy.
I mean, sure they can because they're the law. But what I'm just saying is like what protects us if we come through, and then it's like your personal videos are now exposed. Like you done seen my dick.
I know ways around it, but
I know ways around it too.
It's I mean, it's gonna suck if they start doing that stuff to a lot of people. So you know, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta do, you know, some of the stuff that DC Rob was saying. But yeah, it's crazy. It's they can do whatever they want to. They're what they came out with in 2001, the Patriot Act.
Right.
Shit, our security for the nation, they put that in, you know, whatever they talk that shit. Our security for the nation is more important than your privacy. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, apparently.
We don't give a fuck. You're gonna open your phone if you want to leave this room, and it doesn't matter. We're literally the government. We're the federal government, and we're not gonna let you, like, you know, so
that's crazy.
I can see that.
That's crazy. So those of you who are doing, you know, content, you're creating videos, just be careful, man, when you guys come back home. You never know. Or Miami's airport. Or when you go there.
Especially Miami's airport.
Yeah. Or when you go to Cartagena or Medellin or any other country, they can look through your phone and there ain't shit you can do.
Yeah, especially over there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, let's
be careful what you're traveling with. I mean, they literally make you open up your luggage, make you go through everything, and they target them, you know, gringos and other foreigners from other countries.
100%.
Open up your suitcase. I'm gonna go through it, and I'm gonna decide, even though you went through migration and everything, I'm gonna decide if you get into our country.
Right. Specifically, though, a lot of times when there's a beef between two countries. We've never been bothered before, bro.
Nah.
Guys, we've been to Colombia so many times, Brazil so many times. Until there's some sort of issue, Brazil, they don't do it. I've never had an issue with Brazil yet.
No.
But Colombia or Cuba or wherever else
Brazil's doing this the visa though, because the United States won't let Brazilians in without a visa.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main reasons. So it's not necessarily a beef, but it kind of is. Like y'all won't let us into your country. Cool. We ain't letting y'all into ours.
Do unto them what they've done unto us. It's basically, chat. It's kind of like little kid shit. It's like, this is why you guys got to understand at the highest levels, government level, is still that you did this to me, I'm gonna do this back to you. It's a bunch of petty bullshit.
Fuckery.
But it's petty on a world level.
Yeah.
Like this is people's lives.
Now I gotta suffer.
Yeah, like people's lives.
Last time I flew back from Medellin, they like pulled me out of line.
Yeah.
Searched me. They started like, you know, doing that little thing with the little paper that they do over your hands to try to see if you have any cocaine on you, or drugs and stuff like that. And then they were like, you know, they were checking my phone. They didn't make me open my phone, but they were they were checking it to make sure it didn't have any drug residue.
They checked it.
They didn't make me unlock it though.
No, but they did check it.
Yeah, check. Yeah, they did check it.
Too easy. Okay, my bad. Go
ahead. So they're doing all this extra stuff, and that's never happened before.
Yeah,
never before. And so Trump started beefing with them and all that shit. So
be careful, guys, when you go to these countries, especially pay attention to the news and understand that you could be randomly selected, as they try to say, when you're going through the airport. It was when you were getting on the plane. Guys, we were trying to get on the plane.
And
man.
then
Like,
it
that was
fucked
crazy.
up everything because I had overhead space above my seat.
Yeah.
And then I almost couldn't put, like, the plane was full.
Yeah.
So I almost didn't have space. Somebody else luckily worked with me and took their bag down and held it so that I could put my bag up. But I would have had the space. I was getting on there early.
Yeah.
All that shit. Nah. We gotta
Chat,
search.
you know how you go to the plane? There's that tunnel thing that you walk down, whatever the fuck they call that thing, before you get on the plane. They had people stopping you.
Random people.
Yeah, they were stopping
Quote, unquote,
random people as you're getting onto your flight. So not at the beginning, not at the desk before you go down the tunnel, not anywhere else in the airport. They were waiting for right before the plane was going to take off to check you. Just imagine that. You're about to get on the plane. Like, you're literally this far from the, you're 10, 20 feet from the door to walk into the plane. And they have a lady, they put like a desk there with people with gloves, and like, it's like 3 people, and they're just randomly pulling people as they're trying to walk to the joint. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yep.
And they're trying to find something wrong, and literally you wouldn't get on your flight. Your luggage is already on the flight.
Yep.
Which is crazy. They shouldn't even be able to do that, because now your luggage gets sent to the
Bro,
other
they don't
country.
give a fuck about that.
I know
they don't give a fuck.
I know. I'm just
they trying to catch people.
I know.
I'm trying
to, you know.
Shout out to KBS in the building. Yeah, we got global entry too. It's just Miami's airport is the worst. Miami's airport, half the agents don't know how global entry works.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, somebody tries to school me on global entry, and I'm like, nah, that's not true. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't like that airport in general. Like, it's a trash airport.
There are baddies though.
I mean,
Miami has the baddest
but
bitches in the airport. Okay.
it's nothing like overseas at any country overseas. But you know, you guys just got to be careful flying into that. Jamie's even said it. They be on that bullshit. Yeah, if you fly into other airports, like let's say you're flying from Indianapolis to Medellin, you're not going to get fucked with the same way that you are flying to Miami. It's the same as Panama's airports, the second trashes, because whenever you go through the security line, they have a separate security line before you get on the plane. And you can't bring like food or drinks through that. So it's like you buy some food to bring on the plane, you can't even do it because you got to leave all the liquids out, because they just be doing way too much.
They be doing the most.
I hate that airport.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And y'all got to be careful. You definitely got to be careful. But like I said, we know some ways to get around.
Yeah.
All of that.
If you guys want to know how to get around the whole phone thing,
book that consult.
Book a consultation with us. We'll give you guys some game on how to kind of get around them looking through your phone, how to hide certain things, the type of phones you can get to kind of alleviate that. It sounds like, oh, I could just buy a new phone. Trust me, there's more than that. Okay, guys, we got some game, and even how you guys can hide things on your current phone. But
you got sauce for
if there's some of you who really like using your camera and you're trying to get content, whether it's personal content, maybe you don't have a YouTube, but you just like to film certain things and whatever, just hit us up. We can help you out. And if it's something, like I said, you really want to do it and figure out how to really get around it completely, book that consultation. Okay. All right. Let's bring up a little bit more. I think he has a couple other stories on this one, right? Let's see. Or is it, or the
I don't think it's really anything crazy important, but we can keep watching.
All right. Let's watch a little bit more chat. We'll see if he says anything.
We can open
else.
the chat. We can open that panel too if we want to.
Yeah. I'm going to leave a link to the story in the Miami Herald in the description of this video. Let's jump into this.
And real quick, guys, my boy, shout out to 2G. 2G got stopped at Fort Lauderdale Airport a bunch of times and grilled by the customs people. So just be very careful, especially like Al said, in Miami specifically. Miami is like one of those places where people have layover flights. It's kind of like the hub for going to these countries. So that's why there's a lot of issues here.
So before we get into this, Scumbag Trading says, why even hide shit? Fucking bitches isn't illegal. You're right. It's not illegal. However, fucking prostitutes in the United States is illegal. And if you want to be in a room explaining why you went over to Colombia because you didn't want to take care of doing your homework up first and taking care of all that shit up front, and you're in a room for 6 hours explaining that shit, then cool. But you know, most people don't want to deal with that, so that's why they're getting rid of that to avoid any type of problems. I got places to be. I'm not sitting in a room.
I don't want to be there
for 6 hours. I
got
got things
home.
to do. I got money to make. So
I'm good. Thank you.
I'm cool.
Yeah, because they'll hold you up. They'll hold you.
They'll hold you up for
hours.
a minute. They'll hold you up for a minute. What's his name? That Pathfinder dude. Remember that?
Yeah, shout out to Pathfinder.
Nigga goes to Colombia. He claimed that he was going there for some flower festival or something.
Yeah.
Them niggas didn't believe nothing he said. They held him in a room for hours. Then they sent him back home. He flew from California, and they sent him back on a flight to Miami or something, and made him get another tickets back to the other thing. So yeah, like it's like if y'all want to deal with that bullshit and be like, hey, I'm not doing nothing, that's cool. Pathfinder was a weirdo though. Yeah, nah, he was I ain't gonna
say it.
I ain't gonna say he's a weirdo. I don't know him personally, but what I will say is that story was not believable. What he says he's told the police or the customs people wasn't believable. And then even if he did tell them that, they're not going to believe that. So I didn't believe that he told them what he's telling us that he told them. And then I also think that even if he did tell them that, they wouldn't believe the story. So
he was a little weird. I'll say it. It's some weird shit he was saying. But shout out to Pat.
I think he had like some sex toys, or he had something to where he got stopped, and then he didn't fucking.
That'll get you stopped.
It was just dumb shit, or had like a bunch of
he had fucking candy.
Diddy shit.
He had like
shit
toys
for a Diddy
or some
party.
shit. Yeah, freak offs.
Yeah, and you carry that shit and you fly with that shit. Cool. And then they see it, they open your bag. So that's probably what happened.
Guys, imagine the little scanner coming by.
Yeah,
and they just see
see
like
some
dildos
Diddy
and shit, baby oil.
Yeah.
The fuck is this shit, motherfucker?
Buy all that shit there if that's what y'all into.
What's going on here? Like, come on.
Shout out to Joshua. He said, bro, that Panama security before the plane is the worst shit ever. Yeah, it's trash, bro. It's absolutely trash. It kind of ruins the whole airport experience.
I like that airport.
Nah, that airport's trash. And then every time I fly into Panama, my connecting flight is always on the opposite side of where I fly into. And that's just like 4 miles. I gotta walk like 4 miles to the other side of the airport to catch my flight every time. It doesn't fail. I connected to Peru. I've connected to go to Brazil a million times.
Yeah,
never
I try to avoid the Panama airport if I can.
Yeah,
especially when I go to Brazil, I'll go to Brasilia.
Yeah, take me to Brasilia.
We have direct flights now from Miami. So we can just take that American Airlines flight.
They didn't have that last year though.
Yeah,
now they have direct flights, and that shit's way better.
Yeah, man,
way better. But yeah, I try to avoid that. I try to avoid. Copa's a decent airline too. I don't mind flying them, but I'm not flying them because every time I fly them, they're never gonna have a direct flight. Every flight's gonna connect out of Panama, and that's just trash. Yeah. So
okay, all right, we'll play a little bit more, Jack.
Next story. Medellin Mayor Federico Gutierrez is heading to the U.S. this Friday to meet with the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the State Department. His mission, to strengthen international efforts to tackle the exploitation of minors in his city. Gutierrez says the focus is on prevention, investigating crimes against kids, and ensuring justice. In Medellin, authorities are currently investigating 14 foreigners for S crimes, with 47 arrests made last year and this year for young one exploitation.
That's actually an important story. He kind of went over it quickly.
Before he says that, though, he did say,
foreigner. That's who.
All right.
But if Gutierrez is coming to the United States,
should we meet up with him?
I mean, we should.
Chat, we should get that interview.
We should.
Does he speak
And we
English?
should tell him we have a YouTube channel and all that.
And we
stuff.
talk about hoes.
Yeah.
And we don't want him to get rid of them per se. We want him to keep them there.
Yeah.
I want some hawkers.
No, but that's an important story because he's coming there. He's trying to clean up shit in Medellin, trying to clean up the crime, all of that stuff. And we've been seeing a change as far as, you know, them doing actually holding people accountable.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's like, are they going to make tougher laws? Are they going to make it harder for Americans to go over there?
Yeah.
What was that meeting about? So I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of strict changes. But yeah,
I know what the meeting was about.
Yeah,
that's what it was
100%.
about.
I want some hawkers.
100%.
Okay. So if we can meet up with Mayor Gutierrez, I think that would be dope. I think we should really try to set that up though. Like
Nah,
that might
good.
be.
I'm good.
No?
Yeah, Steve got that.
We should do that.
Steve will have the exclusive interview with that. I'm good.
Why not?
Because I got nothing to say to him.
He might give us the key to the city.
I don't need the key. I got that. I am the key. I am the key.
All right.
I'm the plug.
Okay. All right.
I'm good on that.
All right. All right.
The mayor's trip includes high-level talks in New York and Miami to boost cooperation with U.S. agencies like Homeland Security investigations. This comes after Interpol set up a permanent base in Medellin to fight these crimes, showing the city's serious about cracking down. Okay, make sure you subscribe to these videos. If you're getting any benefit out of it, make sure.
All right, we can stop it there, guys. I think that is a big deal for sure. Him being in the U.S., especially in Miami, that's right down the street. So yeah, man, maybe like I said, maybe we won't actually meet him, but we will be maybe seeing if he's in the area. Maybe they'll do some sort of I don't know, some sort of meeting, something publicly. I think it'd be dope to kind of cover that story, guys. There's a lot of Colombians here, a lot of Venezuelans here, a lot of people from South America here in general. Shout out to JJM Director. He says AA has to American Airlines has to get DFW to direct flight.
Yeah, a direct flight from Dallas,
nonstop.
Fort Worth to Medellin. I'll wear it out. So basically, they need to get a direct flight from Dallas to Medellin.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah,
that flight would probably be like what, 6 hours, somewhere around there. 6.
No, it wouldn't be 6 hours. It would be less than 6 hours.
Maybe like 4.
It'd be like 4 or 4.5.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that would be dope. No, it'd be more than 4 because it's like 3.5 there now.
It wouldn't be 6 though. 6 is a lot.
You say 6?
I did say 6. Bro, from Dallas to Panama is probably only like 3 hours, bro.
Yeah, but from here
Panama to
Medellin is like 3.5.
Okay, but okay, let's say 4.5. 5. It's not 6.
Okay, 5.
It can't be 6.
Said they have one to Bogota, but you arrive at midnight. Yeah.
How long is the one from Bogota?
The flights have changed too. Used to be able to get some good flights from here to like Medellin and
yeah, it's just trash,
and
bro.
Cartagena. Now it's about 6 hours.
Yeah, but Bogota's farther. It's
Maybe.
farther.
Direct flight from Houston to Medellin is like 4 hours and 50 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. 5 hours. And you know how it is, chat. They say it's 4 hours and 50 minutes, and you get to that bitch in 4 hours or 4.5. You know how they extend it like 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be dope, man. You know, with Spirit, I guess going out of business. I don't know how an airline goes out of business because they're not out of business.
Yeah, they're not out of.
What does that mean, Jack? Can someone explain how they went bankrupt or went out of business, but they're still operating and they're still fucking doing? I could book a flight right now next year for fucking Spirit. Like when you have to honor the flight. You can't just cancel flights. So it's kind of weird. Someone just needs to buy Spirit up. Spirit, actually, I don't completely hate that airline. They're good for when, like, for useful shit like going to Vegas or like going to like Cartagena for the low. But yeah, it really just depends. Who is this dude? This is some spam.
Some
Shout out to the
NPC.
spammers.
Shout out to Desmit. He said if you guys can actually get an interview with the Medellin mayor, you deserve an Emmy or one of those prestigious awards. Yes, Steve. I mean, we could if we wanted to.
What did he say? He
if
said
we could get
if
a
you guys can see an
interview with him.
Mayor.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could
Well,
work that.
I think it would be okay. We're not necessarily going to do it, Chad, but I think it would be an interesting interview. Granted, the things that we talk about on the show and the videos we've made, he wouldn't necessarily know who we are or what we were doing or what we've done. But I would ask him questions about girls, like the pros, cleaning up the streets. I would give him hard questions though, like, yo, prostitution's legal here, but you're doing X, Y, Z, but that goes against what's legal in the country. Okay. Like I actually, you know what I'm saying, give him some shit to think about, because I think a lot of it is just him what they're trying to do is say, oh, they're trying to stop the child stuff, which of course, no one's going to agree that should be let go and people should be going over there doing that. People who are going over there doing that deserve to be thrown under the jail, whatever happens to them. But what they try to do is lump the child stuff into grown folk stuff, which has nothing to do with each other. And again, we don't necessarily advocate for guys to go over there and deal with pros, but we know a lot of guys are going to do it because it's you're there for a couple days. So, it starts with them, man. It starts with the Colombian government. If they really don't want people over there doing that, then they just have to ban it completely across the whole country, and then people won't travel there anymore. If they ban pros, like people aren't going to go. Like guys that are going there for that, obviously are going to stop, and then it would eliminate the whole child thing as far as people flying there to do that, right? Now, people doing it behind the scenes or doing it that are locals there, of course, that's something they'll have to deal with. But I think that it would be a dope interview, but it's probably not going to happen. Okay, it's probably not going to happen.
I got some breaking news. We got to change the whole title of the show. Breaking news.
Hold on, can I?
I just put the link in the private chat.
All right, guys, we got some breaking news. Breaking news. I have no clue what I'm about to pull up, chat, but I'm pulling it up right now. Shout out to Al. What we got going on here? Is it going to have sound? Oh, shit. Okay, guys. Breaking news. Colombian presidential candidate Miguel Uribe is in critical condition after he was shot in the head in an assassination attempt during a political rally, guys. Okay, wow, that's crazy. So they're doing a presidential campaign,
I guess so,
to change presidents of Colombia, and my man's was shot in the head. Okay, and I'm looking at a video now with a bunch of crazy shit going on. It's probably the assassination attempt. Can we play this? I guess there's nothing to be seen. It's just a bunch of camera shaking, but I'm sure you hear some gunshots. Man, chat, this is some crazy shit, man. And you see him get hit in the head.
Play it again. Run that back.
You see him get hit in the head.
Run that back, turbo.
Hold on, chat. Hold on. We're gonna look at this again.
That's crazy, man.
You see his head go, like his head kind of bop. Wow. Sniper shot in Bogota. Damn. I don't know if we could show that. It's not chat. It's kind of like you can't really see anything. There's no blood. You just see his head kind of look. Watch. He's gonna turn and watch his head.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he got hit in the head, dog.
Hey man, prayers up for him.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Yeah, here's the scuffle after. We ain't gonna show him but basically, chat, I'll pause it when it gets to the part, but basically he's talking. We'll let it reset. And man, oh man. Okay, so this is breaking news, guys. This is crazy. I wonder, these kind of things happen, bro. And this is why we tell you guys, man, this politics shit is, all right, we'll pause it right here. But he basically turns right after this, and you see his head he looks over to his left, which is basically, I think, his right. Basically, he looks to his right, guys. And as he looks to the right after this person kind of passes the frame, you see his hair on the back of his head, almost where he's pointing, where his finger is, which is insane. You see exactly where his finger is, maybe a little bit lower than his glasses. You see his head just kind of like pop, like just pop forward, and he just falls down to the ground, and everyone starts screaming. So, you know, again, guys, the Colombian presidential candidate, Miguel Uribe, is in critical condition after he's shot in the head. Guys, this is crazy. You know, a lot of this kind of stuff, even like with the Venezuelan government and stuff, it's all political. It's all drug related. It's all, you know, just basically, if they take him out, then maybe the president that's still the president can get another term. You know, you guys know how it is. I mean, they tried it with Trump, right? So, man, oh man, I hope that he's okay. Prayers up. And
yeah, man, that's sad. That's crazy.
Yeah, you guys can watch it, you know, at your own leisure. We're not going to play it on the channel just because, even though it's not completely graphic, we just, you know how YouTube is, chat. But yeah, so we're talking about, you know, mayors. We're talking about, and actually Gutierrez and Mayor Dumek Turbe want to become presidents of Colombia, guys. These guys actually want to run.
Colombia. But this reminds me of, you know, you watch Narcos.
Yep.
You saw all that shit that was happening, like the people were running for presidents. Anybody that's not seen that, I don't know what you're doing. Like,
yeah,
that's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen. But yeah, they're running for president, you know, and they're trying to end crime and trying to end whatever, and get taken out, bro. Crazy. Deleted.
Yeah, man. They hire a hitman, guys. So, the final thing I'll say on that, guys, is again, when you're in this political shit, you're trying to run for president or run for this or run for that. The president runs the country. And if people don't like you, or they feel like you're going to try to take away from them, or maybe, like I said, you're currently the president, if you have money, people have fuck you money and make people go away money. Okay. And these Colombians, a lot of them that are at the top or in these political, you know, positions, they have money or have access to money, and they can pay a hitman to try to take you out. You know what I mean? Influence is a big thing, guys. We talk about influence a lot. A president influences a country. He makes decisions, right? Even at you know, stardom level, like an Andrew Tate. They're trying to take Andrew Tate out. Why? Because of influence. Influence is far more powerful than money a lot of times. And when you're a president, presidents, guys, we know presidents don't get paid that much money. They're not rich per se. They don't make millions of dollars a year. Yeah, like our president, what is his salary? I mean, Trump has money, he's rich, but what I'm saying is their salary isn't, they're not making 10 million a year or 5 million a year, right? So, but you know, you have influence as a president. You know, you're the most famous person, or one of the most famous persons once you become president in the whole country. So you can make things happen and change things by what you say and what you do, and of course what you sign off on. So again, guys, prayers up for the presidential candidate, Miguel, and hopefully he's okay. All right, let's jump into another topic. We have a few more. I have some. If you don't have one, I have another one. Go over here. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But today's title, guys, is Passport Bros Are Evolving. We're evolving. Modern women are still hating. They're still hating on us, guys. There's still problems and issues. You're still seeing these videos of women complaining about passport bros this, passport bros that. It comes up time and time again. And it's unfortunate, but we tell you guys, evolve. You need to evolve. You need to be going to these other countries and at least testing out.
I got
what
at least two.
Yeah.
At least two videos we gotta cover today.
Okay, give me one, and then I'll do one after. I'll put mine in the chat too.
Shit, man.
We got some good ones, but here's what I want to do though. I want to go over that Zoe thing. We still never talked about that.
Which one?
Zoe talking about passport bros, or what was his
You talking about
the one with homie hub? Yeah. We got to do that. It's only like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
because I think that's a good segue, and then I want to talk about one more that I have, but they're short. But we got to do the Zoe thing.
Yeah, I gotta do this one, and I gotta do this one.
All right, let's do the Zoe thing, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
Because we haven't talked about. So you guys know Zoe the Barber World TV. He put out a very controversial video recently. Let's bring him up. And we never really got a chance to really comment on it. And I think that this is an important one that we should comment on. And also Zoe watches our show. So we need to kind of give our thoughts on his video. Okay. And
I got another one too.
Okay.
I might have to do an extended show tonight.
Another
Especially if we get the support, man, we'll rock out for a little bit, man.
Yeah.
We'll rock out. Maybe we'll open the panel. Let's see what the likes are at.
Yeah, get the likes up, guys.
Man, if we're gonna cover 4, we were talking about going out.
We still gonna go out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll still go out, but we had 20 likes. 20 likes.
That ain't enough.
Nah, we gotta get this shit up to like 40, 50.
Yeah, if it ain't up, then we'll end it after one or two more. All right, guys, let's do this one real quick though. Zoe did a video called "The End of the Road for the So-Called Passport Bros." Okay, and we had a long conversation with Zoe. Obviously, if you guys saw it, you got to see it. But if you haven't, go check it out. We interviewed him in Brazil, did like an hour or 2 interview with him. But I want you guys to pay attention to this. We'll skim through it. We won't play the whole thing. But that's the title of the video, "The End of the Road for the So-Called Passport Bros."
What's up, world? Your boss international. I'm here in Lima, Peru.
Can you pause it real quick? Lux Travels, that's actually one of the videos I wanted to go over. If we could get them likes up. We gotta get them likes up to like, where we at? We have 43 people watching now. People been in and out. Let's get to 40 likes.
Yeah.
I really want to get to 50. But let's get to 40 for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this is it a rap for so-called passport bros? And I don't like to explain myself, but since my brother BMT's always get sensitive, he thinks I'll be trying to come at passport bros. I just want to be clear. I'm not talking about the passport bros who consider themselves traveling around the world to find a better mate and use their resources better and stuff like that. I'm talking about the guys who are mostly traveling around the world for chicks and they still considering themselves a passport bro. I'm talking about that situation. And when I made the video, I'm at La Lucha. This is one of my, I remember when I was at Cat's Deli and I had that chicken sandwich. It was turkey then, but this is one of those sandwich spots in Peru where it's very popular. It's a franchise and they make a good chicken sandwich, among other things. And they have this chicha, that purple corn drink. But when I made the video about the played out destinations, people were getting up in a little uproar about it. And now that I see that it simmered down, I'm seeing more people agreeing, maybe, or seeing it how I saw it. And I'm just ahead of the curve. I see what's coming.
So Zoe made a video initially saying that the big 4 were played out. Colombia, Thailand, Sasua, Colombia, Thailand, Sasua, Brazil, I think, was the 4th. Saying that stuff was played out. So he's saying now people are starting to agree with him. And he was saying it's played out for the people that are well-traveled, not the first-time traveler or whatever. But he was saying it's kind of played out and people should go new places.
And when I say or it's a wrap or it's the end of the road or it's coming to an end for the so-called passport bros, meaning actually the guys who really just traveling for women, I'm seeing a trend of guys like really being critical of women, talking about, oh, ain't no baddies if she ain't no baddie. Like they really got comfortable or used to being with beautiful women, mainly because they've been traveling around the world and doing pay for play. So when you do pay for play and heavy areas, you get what you pay for. Of course, you can get a baddie and you become accustomed to baddies. And it get cocky. I be looking at guys like, and I'm not trying to judge, and I don't mean this in every case, but I'll be looking at dudes be popping the most, and I'll be like, I would be hard pressed to believe that this dude gets baddies in the U.S. Not to say that you couldn't have gotten 1 or 2 in your life, but dudes is acting like they accustomed to baddies just because they've been traveling around the world doing pay for play. And it make me laugh, right? So, you know,
shots fired. Damn.
Pause
Damn.
It. Pause it there.
Damn.
Pause it.
I need some sound bites.
Pause it there.
I need some sound bites.
Pause it there. Hold on. Before we do the sound bites, pause it there. Pause it there. We got a lot to talk about, man. He's saying a lot. Some of it I agree with, some of it I don't agree with. But you know, shout out to Zoe. He's going in.
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
Okay.
What do you agree with and what don't you agree with?
Look, so here's what I'll say, chat. Okay, here's what I'll say.
what the hell?
Okay, so he said guys they're going around the world and they're getting accustomed to being around beautiful women, and he was basically saying like they feel like that's normal, or they're kind of getting cocky because they're around beautiful women. And my response to that is, so what?
No, he said guys that don't really get beautiful women here
so
are accustomed to being around baddies.
Yeah, so
and play it one more time. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, but I'm saying whatever he said, it's still so what? We'll run it back. But guys,
he doesn't
so
think
what?
that y'all are getting baddies here in the US.
Listen,
and you complaining about not getting baddies overseas.
Okay, let's run it back. Let's
see what he says.
Let's run it back. We'll hear from the horse's mouth, and then I'm gonna pause it again. Okay, here we go.
Pay for, of course, you can get a baddie. Oh, ain't no baddies if she ain't no baddie. Like, they really so-called passport bros.
That's good.
And I'm just ahead of the curve. I see what's coming. And when I say or it's a wrap, or it's the end of the road, or it's coming to an end for the so-called passport bros, meaning actually the guys who really just traveling for women, I'm seeing a trend of guys like really being critical of women, talking about, oh, ain't no baddies if she ain't no baddie. Like, they really got comfortable or used to being with beautiful women, mainly because they've been traveling around the world and doing pay for play. So when you do pay,
okay, they mainly get accustomed to being around beautiful women, mainly because they do pay for play.
Mm-hmm. Let him say the other part.
Right, but hold on. Before he says the other part, but what I'm saying is, so what? Right? So what if they're accustomed to being around beautiful women? If they position themselves to be around beautiful, it's a good thing if you're around beautiful women, because you don't take shit from uglier women. So even if we've said it before on the channel, if you go to strip clubs all the time, I'm not saying you go all the time, but like you've been around sex workers and you're around beautiful sex workers, no matter if it's superficial or not, you do start to develop some game and some comfortability being around women in general. So I'll let him get to his point. But what I'm saying is, he's making a point for guys that are always traveling to Colombia and they're always dealing with these women and they're getting accustomed to being around beautiful women, which means, in my opinion, that they would get better at being around other women in general that aren't as bad. Right?
Okay. I want to hear the rest.
Pay for play
before I get mine.
And heavy areas, you get what you pay for. Of course, you can get a baddie, and you become accustomed to baddies. And you know, it get cocky. I be looking at guys like, and I you know, I'm not trying to judge, and I don't mean this in every case, but I'll be looking at dudes be popping the most, and I'll be like, I would be hard pressed to believe that this dude gets baddies in the US. Not to say that you couldn't have gotten one or two in your life, but dudes is acting like they accustomed to baddies just because they've been traveling around the world doing pay for play.
Okay.
And it make me laugh, right?
Okay.
Keep going?
No, that was where we stopped it the first time.
Okay, so but they are accustomed to baddies.
Yeah.
Because they travel all the time.
Yeah.
My whole thing with Zoe is it's if I go to Colombia 6 or 7 times a year, then yes, I am now accustomed to baddies because I go, you know, a week or two at a time throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So now my mindset when I come back to the US is, you know what? I'm not going to take shit from this chick. I done smashed the bad chick in Colombia at Casa Lutron or in Parque Lleras in Sky Park that looks way better than her. See, fellas, women can do this. They do this shit all the time. Let's go full screen. I got a BBL. I'm sexy now. I got a BBL. Now my price went up.
I love big booty Latinas.
My hair's done. You seen fat girls. My hair's done. I got on leggings. I'm sexy. Women can do something, and now all of a sudden they're just the baddest bitch walking. There's clearly a better looking girl right next to them. There's Virginia Sandhouse is right here. I slid on her. She the baddest one there. There are still girls walking around there with cellulite, or which I like girls with cellulite. But I'm saying they fat, they booty not bootying, teeth a little crooked, and they still think they're the baddest chick walking. Women have no problem kind of throwing themselves in la la land and going, I'm bad, I'm cute, I can get any guy I want, I'm gonna get married, right? And a lot of them are completely delusional, right? So one may say, well, passport bros are delusional as well because they think that they're going to go over there and get these bad chicks and then come back to the United States and get them. A lot of them don't want to come back to the United States and get them. You know what? I would say to Zoe is some of those guys are perfectly happy just going to Colombia, like I said, several times a year and getting their rocks off. They may never get married. Some of them may move to Cartagena and just be on Hollywood Beach all day. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying at the end of the day, I think it's good that you're dealing with hot chicks, because when you come back and you see a mediocre chick or these mid chicks here in the United States that think that they're so bad, and then they want $100, $200 minimum for the first date, you're like, hold on. You're thinking in your head, man, I could get you in Colombia. I could get something way better than you there. And you stop taking their shit, right? Stop. You're like, okay, wait, you're not that cute. I'm not taking this from you. So I think overall, it's not a net. I get what he's saying. Like, I like to see what they do here in the States and what kind of girls they get here. Man, forget all that. For me, it's get some experience, get out there, meet badder chicks. Even if you're not talking to pros in Colombia or wherever you're going, bro, the women are a lot of times more feminine and a lot more pretty. As far as like the beauty standards in some of these other countries, they're not walking around with bonnets on and shit. So that's all I'm saying. What's your comment on it?
I kind of agree with both of what you're saying. I agree with Zoe's point. There's this one loser that's in he's in Keese and all them's chat all the time, and he's just a hater of the channel. And he came on either my panel or Sin's panel back in the day, and we were talking, and he was talking about how he lived in Florida and he didn't want to go out and talk to regular chicks. He lived with his grandma in her basement or something. He didn't want to go out and talk to regular chicks. He was just going to wait 6 months till he went to Colombia and just talk to girls over there. His name's Big Euro, and he always just dick rides this channel. So every time I hear his little comments, I just think of this conversation, because he's like, I'm not talking to no American chicks while I'm here. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to go into monk mode, and I'm not going to, and it's like, it's not worth it. The girls are too far away. And I'm like, bro, you live in Florida. He lived like in between Tampa and Orlando, where the women are the hottest. I would argue in between Tampa and Orlando, the women there look better than the women in Miami. You got women. Facts. Orlando is the #1 tourist destination in the world. It's got Disney World. The #1 tourist destination in the world. Women come from all over. Every time I'm over there, I'll go into a TJ Maxx. I'll see dime pieces there from fucking Ethiopia or all over the world. So to tell me that just says that you don't get any girls, and then you just try to talk shit on our channel all the time and everything that we do. Cool. But you literally said you don't get no girls and you're a loser. And then you're going overseas and you're posting up, flicked up with a chick so that you paid for. So I understand Zoe's point in that. Me and you say it all the time. If you P for P isn't always a negative thing. Sometimes guys need it to be able to build up their confidence, be able to talk to girls, get good with it. Cool. Use that as a tool though, but you shouldn't just have to rely on P for P all the time. There's a lot of people in the travel space that can't go up to a regular girl and have a conversation and be comfortable. We were talking about it before, me, you, whenever recently when we were out, We're out with people on YouTube that can't go up and talk to girls. They can only P for P. So that's a problem. So I get Zoe's point, and I'm on his side when it comes to that. Cool. You shouldn't be you shouldn't really be out here talking about, oh, all I get are baddies, but the baddies that you get are overseas that you paid for, right? But I also agree with you on your point. I think that we shame men too much on what their preferences are, what they like, if they want to go overseas, if they want to P for P, they want to do this stuff. I think there's too much negativity on men going overseas, exploring their options, doing whatever they want to. That's my overall opinion. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, chat. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Zoe's right about that? Do you think it, I mean, look, he's part of what he's saying is true. I'm not completely, disagreeing with him, but what I'm saying is, who cares what, for me, it's like, okay, if they plan on staying in the United States, and they plan on dating here seriously, then I guess it matters to some degree. But if they're always going to keep kind of traveling and coming back and traveling and coming back, hey man, to each his own. No one cared how much maybe the Playboy bunnies were getting paid. No one cares if Dan Blazarian has all them bitches he be around on payroll, right? No one cares about none of that. We just care that he got bad bitches around him. So at the end of the day, if you're enjoying yourself and you're having a good time, I don't think we should be comparing girls overseas to girls here, or what guys can pull overseas or what guys can pull here. I think that it's always going to be a difference, whether it's a pro or even a regular chick you're dealing with over there. But also, I think it's just a mute argument. I get what he's trying to say, but to me, it's like, so what? You know what I mean? Like if you're enjoying yourself, you go to Medi and you paying for it, you're paying for it here too.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I agree with.
But if you're boasting about it like dude is, and you're trying to talk shit, then I get it. But
some people think that, like, I understand this point. Me, with the whole Homies Hub thing, Homies Hub was saying that's a shot at him. I don't know if that's a shot at him or not. I don't know what Zoe is like. I can't read Zoe's mind, but I will say if it is, me and Homies Hub had the conversation. I'm like, bro, take the girls out of like Peru. Like, I'm like, bro, just expand your mind and don't just travel 100% for the women. I went on Bumble before I got to Peru while I was in Brazil, in my favorite place for women. And I'm like, okay, the girls don't really look the way I want them to look, but I'm still going to go here, be open-minded. I'm going to, just do everything that I can while I'm here. I got a lot done. I was able to see a lot. I was able to do a lot. Had to come back to the States for a week because of some family stuff, but I still made the most out of my Peru trip, and I had a great time there. And if I would have went in it just thinking about, oh, am I going to be head over heels for the women, then I would have missed out on a dope ass country. And it's one of my favorite places, and I'm definitely going to go back. So I had that conversation with Homies Hub, and I'm like, bro, just take Colombia out of it. Colombia has some of the most beautiful women in the world. You're not going to be able to compare that to really any of the places you're going to next. You could go to Mexico. It's not going to really compare. You could go to a bunch of places. They're not going to compare. So if you're just going and saying, oh, I don't like this place because it doesn't, because the women don't compare, then you're going to miss out on what all these countries have. So I told Homies Hub that I agree with Zoe. I think that's kind of what Zoe was trying to say. But he brought it to like, you weren't getting baddies in the States. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I think Homies Hub, I mean, you can kind of tell who's good with girls and who's not good with girls. And Homies Hub seems like he knows what he's doing when it comes to women.
Yeah, I just think it's a mute argument though. You don't get you ain't getting the same girls in the States though. It's kind of like it's like you're going back and forth with someone and they're trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like like, you know what I'm saying? Like any of us that go into these countries, we're probably not getting the same type of girls as we are over. You know what I mean? Like someone could say that about him. Like, are you bagging the same ones that you look that you Is that you just, you know what I'm saying? When you go to New York City, are you getting the same one? So I'm playing a little devil's advocate here, and we rock with Barber World, but I think that one could say that about him, right? Why aren't you doing the content you're doing in Brazil? Why don't you just do that here? Instead of going to Hollywood Beach and Cartagena, why don't you just do it here?
Well, Zoe has a family too, and he also, I mean, it's kind of a little bit different. But I don't know the answer to that. Like I said, I'm not taking either one of their sides. I'm cool with both of them. But I understand Zoe's point. I understand your point. I understand Homie Sub's point. You know, and I'm kind of in the middle. I'm like,
yeah,
I agree. And if I disagreed, I would say it. Like if I agreed with one of them over the other one, I would say it. But I kind of agree with everything being said. I think that, like I said, you should be able to maybe not bag the same type of quality of chicks in the United States, because the quality is way higher overseas in most places as far as looks wise. But what I'll say is you should have basic social skills. You should be able to go and talk to women, feel comfortable around them. They should feel comfortable around you. Right. They shouldn't think you're a weirdo. You should just have that basic skill set. And then whenever you go overseas, you should be able to you know, talk to regular chicks. It shouldn't just be all about P for P. You should go see new experiences. You should go and do things. P for P is a nice cherry on top. You know, if you need to use it, you know, it's kind of like the big Joker card in spades. Like you don't just throw that out first,
right,
on the first book.
Well,
that's like kind of
right.
something you save for the end.
But P for P is also it levels the playing field. It levels the playing field, whereas women here, they can kind of go and smash some dude, right? Guys, a lot of women here in the United States, it's like, oh, all right, I broke up with my man. Let me go and be a slut. Let me be a whore. Let me just go and slut me, right? So when you're in Colombia, it's more affordable. When you're in Thailand, it's affordable. Not that you're going to do it, but the option to do it is there. You don't really have the option here to do it. And even if you did, let's say,
you do, but the quality's way lower.
But what I mean by you don't have the option is the quality's lower and you're paying a lot more.
And it's illegal. You can get hemmed up.
That's what I'm saying.
Things like
that.
So
the risk isn't worth the reward, and you're going to be paying hundreds of dollars to deal with a certain kind of woman. Does that make sense, chat? Like, okay, like, yeah, you could. Well, we do have the option here, Steve, because we could just go to a strip club and just smash a girl if we really wanted to. Yeah, but how much you going to pay each time? $150, $200, $300? $500, $700, $1,000, and in Miami, these girls be asking for, bro. I ain't gonna say what, but we were out the other day, and these girls tried to say some crazy price, and I wasn't even really trying to do nothing with them. I just asked because I was like curious, crazy. So these women are just they're gonna shoot for the stars. You're gonna end up paying more money. Again, let's remove the pros out of it. You're dating here in the United States. How much does it cost to go on a date with some of these women? And then they like again, shout out to Austin Hullerman. They give you the side hug at the end of the night, and you don't even get nothing. And they laughing at you because really they went out on a date with you because the guy that they really want to be with, he's with another girl. So she just used you to go on a date with you because she was bored, right? Like I tell guys, at least when you go overseas, you get your pickings of what you want and you have options. So we're all about giving men their options. You don't have to deal with pros if you don't want to. Okay, every show that we have, we do Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We are not advocating go and pay for whores, go and pay for whores. That is not the goal of Mentuition. What we're saying is you do have options, whether it be pros, whether it be regular chicks, whether it be travel, whatever it is you want to do, you can do that. Okay, so that is, you know, that's important. That's very important, and I need you guys to understand that. Yeah, and speaking of Austin, we will bring Austin up next. We have a video or two of him. I had a video on Austin as well. Let me see. JM Director said the price is up. Yeah, man, the price is up, man.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Facts. He says she giving him leftover food. Let's see. Desmond says if you're pulling 5s and 7s here, you'll pull 8s and 10s overseas, but ain't nobody shaming me for not getting Matrix chicks. So what? Yeah, man. I mean, look, I do pretty well here in the United States. I do pretty well. I've had some beautiful women. I've had some 8s and some 9s. and maybe some that may say 10s, but I definitely had over 7s here in the United States. The problem here, though, is, again, guys, it's the attitudes and it's the options that women have. When you give someone too many options, a lot of times, especially women, they don't know what to choose. I would argue that women in the United States have options, not necessarily for marriage, but they do have options to get, you know, like I said, their cell phone bill paid, their rent paid, sugar daddy, a dude, fuck buddy, right? Women know, you know what I'm saying? Women in today's day and age, especially here in the United States, they go into relationships with one foot in, one foot out. They're already looking for that next guy. Or, for example, chat, let's say you had a girlfriend, right? And let's say some guy DMs her. She may not respond to the DM, but she'll go and she'll check his page and see how cute he is and see what kind of lifestyle he lives. And she'll put a record in her head, right? A little reminder in her head. If Steve ever messes up, I'm gonna go ahead and go in my what do they call it in DMs, chat? New requests, right? I'm gonna go to my requests and I'm gonna remember this guy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot him. I'm gonna remember his name. I'm gonna write it down somewhere where my boyfriend will never find it. And if he ever F up, I'm gonna go on to this guy because I actually think he's cute. So I'm gonna give him a hey big head whenever we have some problems. Some girls are so trashy here in the United States when it comes to relationships that when you guys get into an argument, she already thinking about it and about to text the dude. And some of them will even hit him up. And I'm not saying that women don't necessarily do this in other countries, guys, but again, you can go to a Brazil or a Thailand or Philippines or any of these other countries that a lot of these guys are going to, and you can meet a girl that has 300 followers, right? She got 400 followers. There's no guys in her DMs like that. The culture of where she's at, guys aren't DMing girls like that. Guys aren't hollering at girls like that. Guys, when we go to some of these countries, I hardly ever see when women walk by a group of Colombian guys, them trying to like go up to her and get her number, right? Maybe it happens in the hoods or in the favelas in Brazil or something where we're not seeing it. But I think Brazilian men are a little more aggressive. They'll actually try to holler at a chick. But guys, I'll go to certain countries, man. I'm like, why didn't y'all talk? Y'all didn't see her walk by. And it'd be a regular girl with a nice body, everything. And then they looking up, they trying to look away. What are y'all doing? So depending on the culture, the guys may be a little more soft when it comes to approaching women and having game and saying certain things to women, right? It was funny. I was talking to Nate and Homie's Hub. Shout out to Nate and Homie Hub. We were talking about them dating in Medellin because they lived there for now over a year. Nate said he's actually going to stay in Medellin. He's got a girlfriend. I talked about this on the show or two ago. But Nate literally was like, yo, I saw this girl in the club. She was bad. And he's talking to her in Spanish. Now, again, Nate's from Jamaica. He's Jamaican. His parents are Jamaican, right? He spoke no Spanish. Saw our videos, right? Saw the Mentuition Medellin and the Cartagena breakdown and decided to move to Medellin. And now he don't even really be dealing with pros like that. He be going to the local spots, right? He's evolved. That's what we're telling you guys. You need to evolve. Evolve. Okay, we did Cartagena 101. That was about pros. We did Cartagena 102. That was about pros as well. Cartagena 103, when we dropped that, we're going to start talking to regular girls outside of the walled city. Where can you go where locals go that are still very gringo friendly, where nothing will happen to you? We got some restaurants you guys can go to meet regular chicks there. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? How can we evolve out of just this pay for play stigma that's thrown on us, right? But Nate was telling me he went to some local club in Medellin and he saw some girl and he was like, I didn't know your ass was that fat, but he's saying this all to her in Spanish, like sliding on her like a black guy would say to like a black chick. Like, I know, damn, your ass fat as hell. Like, damn, girl. Like, Colombian dudes are never going to say that, right? So what's cool when you learn the language as a gringo, as a person that's not from the country, right? As a foreigner, is you start to slide on the girls how you would say it in English. You're saying it to them in Spanish or Portuguese or whatever, Thai or whatever they speak, right? Like, you're talking to them in a way that they've never heard before. So they're looking at you like, damn, he got some swag. Like, he just said that. He just say my ass look big. Like, what the fuck? Like, no guy has ever said that to her before. So she's like, damn, she doesn't even know how to receive it. And you know what I mean? So I just think it's dope that a lot of us are trying to evolve. So Nate, you know, and I'm not trying to single him out, but he don't really like going to Parque Aris no more. He'll go to Parque Aris if me and Al are there, or if there's a function or something going on where, you know what I mean, someone's in town, a big YouTuber, when Jay Rello and we all went, he'll come, but he's not like, he's over that. You start to evolve out of that bullshit. So a lot of you guys that are weekend warriors, you're going down to Colombia, you know, even after your fourth, fifth, or sixth time, you're like, all right, like, let me try to get a regular girl, right? Let me try to get, or at least if I'm dealing with pros, let me just get like 2 or 3 that I deal with normally. Like, I'm not really trying to go out and meet different girls every single night. Like, I'm actually want to come down, especially the older you get. Okay, once you start hitting late 30s, 40s, 50s, some guys in their 60s, you ain't trying to be going out to Sky Park. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm 60 years old, dog. What I look like is Sky Park, right? Like, a lot of the guys, they evolve out of being in the clubs. They don't even go to the clubs no more. They just walking around the street. And then if they too old for that or too just over that, they're like, you know what? I'm done with this in general. So I think eventually the whole pro prostitute thing, it gets old for us guys. You can't just deal with sex working women forever. I mean, some guys can, but most guys can't. And I would urge you guys to get out of that and say, you know what? I'm trying to meet me a regular chick. Because for every pro that's walking the street, guys, there's another woman there that's not a pro, right? In Cartagena, that's a baddie with a fat ass. Okay, I got one. Let me bring up this one that I got, or I tried to get. I'm not there, and she's probably thinks I'm just a passport bro, you know. But I bagged her at the airport, Spirit Airlines, baddie. Let me see if I got her still on here, chat. Hold on. I think I might have. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Hold on. Let me see if I have her. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff. Let me see. Hold on, chat. Let me see if I can find her. You know, you guys got to shoot your shot, man. I saw her, and I was like, damn, girl, you are so pretty. Let me see if I can find her, chat. I may not be able to find her. Where is she? Damn. Hold on, chat. It was the last time we were in Cartagena. So I'm trying to see if I can find her page. We went to Cartagena back in like, what was it, April? But yeah, man, you guys gotta go for it. You gotta go for it. Man, where's she at? I'm gonna screenshot her pictures if I find it, chat, because I know how some of you goofy dudes, y'all be messaging the girls and, oh, you was on this dude's show and he was talking about you. And I'll be saying nice things about him too. Like, she was pretty, she was beautiful, and y'all still want to hit the girl up, talking shit. Damn, where is she? May. When did we go to Cartagena, chat? Was that in April? Yeah, I gotta go all the way back to April, chat. Ugh. Hold up. Damn. Give me a second. I gotta find it, chat. I gotta find it. Give me a second. Nope. I don't know where she is, chat. I remember her name. I think I unfollowed her, chat, because I don't do the follow. Like, if you don't follow me, I'm gonna unfollow you. But I still slid on her. Here she is. I found her. All right. I'm gonna bring up just a few pictures of this girl. Let me screenshot her again so you guys can. Yeah, she was cute, man. Okay, here she go. All right, let me screenshot a couple of these. I'm gonna show y'all this. This is what I saw at the airport. Okay, this is straight at the Cartagena airport. I'm gonna send these to myself. Let me just get a couple of screenshots for y'all. But it gets old, man. It gets old. The whole I'ma holler at all the pros. Man, y'all better go ahead and holler at some of these girls just walking around. I've seen some of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in Cartagena at the airport. Anybody that's been in the Cartagena airport can attest. Look at them shorties just walking around, bad as all heck, just looking good, body crazy, ass crazy, no BBL, just be looking fire for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Bad. And y'all can rate this one too and tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna get like 2 more screenshots. Hold on. And I'm doing some gym stuff where she got the leggings on. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this one. And I'm gonna do like 2 more and then we should be good. But man, look. Man, look. Ooh, I wish I could do this video. Let me get one more. Let me get one more for y'all. Hold on. I gotta get a good one though. Whew. Man, she's fire. All right, let's do this one and we should be good. There we go. But so you guys gotta evolve. You gotta evolve. You gotta do better and evolve. I get it. It's easy to just go over there and pick a girl off the street or whatever. And again, I get what Zoe's saying, you know what I mean? But I charge you guys to really just say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and try to holler at a girl today. That girl, that bad chick that I saw the other day that was working at that tienda down the street, that little store. I'm gonna just see if I can try to get a number. Shit, like I'm gonna go up to her with a Google translate message, and I'm gonna just see if she smiles or laughs or whatever, and I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna give it a shot, and that's what I want y'all to do. Okay. Shout out to Tim M in the building. Tim, that's our guy. Let's drop a bomb for Tim. All right, bring this up and then we'll play a little more of the Zoe thing. Where we at with the likes, Al? Did we even get to where we were supposed to get?
Yeah, we need to get to 40 likes at least, or else we're gonna have to shut it down early.
Yeah, we'll shut
Steve,
the show down. We got shit to do.
We could be outside right now. It's Miami on a Saturday.
Yeah, we on Miami on a Saturday.
You want us to stay? We need 9 more likes to stay for now, and then we're also going to have to get that number up to 50 once we get it up there.
Yeah, man. Help us out, chat.
We have 31 right now. We need 9 likes.
Like the video
to stay after Steve shows this girl.
Yeah.
If we're not at the 40 mark, then we'll wind it down. I got like 3-4 videos.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, chat, let me just bring this up. I just want to show you guys. This is a girl that I hollered at. You know what I mean? It was very short because I was about to get on the plane. I didn't have too much time to try to talk to her, but I found her to be extremely attractive, pretty smile, nice body. You could tell she worked out, which a lot of chicks just don't do anymore. And I was like, yo, let me get your information. She hit me with the Instagram thing, whatever, but it was a good interaction. I wish I could have recorded it because it was a really dope interaction. She was smiling, she was batting her eyelashes and whatever. Definitely a chick that definitely gets hollered at by probably other dudes that be at the airport. She's bad. But I'm not lying when I tell you guys some of the most beautiful women I've seen in Cartagena have been at that damn airport, bro. And they work for them damn airlines. And you guys know when you go to the airlines, there's like a beauty standard. The girls have to kind of dress a certain way, have their makeup a certain way, and look a certain way. So they already looking real good just from being at work. You feel me? All right, here we go. Let's bring it up. Okay, here she is. Let me bring this up here. Okay, y'all can let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think of this one. So I'm at the airport. I'm chilling. And I'm about to get on the plane. And I see she's got the Spirit Airline thing on. But with pants, with like some brown pants or something. But the ass is assing. And I just basically like in Spanish, like, hey, where you going? Come here. What's your name? You know what I'm saying? Looking fire. Okay. Looking fire. And this is like, not even that bad. She's not a dime or nothing, but like this is normal. This is normal in Cartagena. Okay. She's not out on the street selling it. She's working a respectable job. You know what I'm saying? You know, helping people get checked into their flights. Normal. This is normal shit. So this is something you could see out on Hollywood Beach, girl walking around at Delirium, right? These girls that are out there doing what they doing, but you could easily try to at least try. I'm not gonna say easily get the number, but at least try to slide on something like this. A lot of you guys are scared to, but I need you guys to really just, if you see something like this, man, just shoot, whatever, man. It's like, who cares? You're not gonna be there forever anyway. But it's good to know that you can slide on these girls. And maybe if you hit it off with a girl, when you come back the next time, you know what I'm saying? This is a girl you can actually take out on a date. This is a girl you can actually take out on a date. So, you know, so what do y'all think?
Desmond said 9.5 or 10.
Okay, see?
I'm gonna say adjustable 6.
Adjustable 6.
Could be an 8.
She
if
could
she
be
dress
an 8.
up.
This is her. You know what I mean? Maybe minimal makeup on. She's obviously doing this for a photo shoot. But that's her. That's the body. That's what I saw.
She's cute.
Yeah.
She's
And I'm like, hey, where you going, girl? So, you know, there's not her real hair. This is weave or whatever, but she's bad. So again, tell me y'all haven't seen something like this in Sky Park. Y'all haven't seen something like this on Hollywood Beach. What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is you need to evolve, and everybody you see that's out there selling it straight on the street, being a puta, you could find a regular chick that looks like this and slide on her too. You have options is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You have options. Okay. Clay says she's a 5. Cool. Hey, and I like that because I need people to be honest. But here's what I'll say. She was super feminine, smiling, laughing. This is a chick I would date. If we were still in Cartagena, this is one that y'all might see her on the live, but on some chill shit. She at the crib cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Lux says he knows her.
She's pretty. Lux says she knows you. Ah, Lux knows her. Okay, then there it is. Lux knows her. Okay, Lux, let me know. Is she a pro? Or is she not a pro? Maybe she's a pro in disguise. I said other passport bros probably seen her at the airport and probably try to slide on her. What did I say? What do you give her, Lux?
Also, like I said, we gotta get these likes up. We at 32.
Hey man, look, if they don't get them up,
we don't get them up by 12:30. Yeah, show shut down. Yeah, we outside.
We're gonna go outside, chat. It's all good. We'll be back on Monday. What do you give her, Lux? Let me know. That's crazy that you even know who she is from the pictures. That's what I'm saying, though. But bro, she's walking through Cartagena Airport, ass just assing. I'm like, damn, girl, come here. What's your name? What's up? It is what it is. Okay. So I shot my shot. It is what it is. Nothing became of it, but it don't matter. She's smiling. We laughed. We had a good interaction. If I see her again at the airport, I'll holler at her again. It is.
Say she's high class and she's regular.
There you go. So Lux knows. And for Lux to even know who she is means he's been to Cartagena a few times. Maybe one time too many. But that's how it is. But guys, I'm telling you, go to Cartagena's airport, bro. Oh my gosh. Right when you're sitting to wait to get on the little sitting area where they got a couple little doors where you go out to the plane. Bad bitches just walking, fat ass, bad, beautiful. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on them girls at the airport. Crazy. All right. You want to play a little more Zoe Hour? Or you got something else?
Get to them we can play that
a little more. Okay.
And then
I'm gonna write it down.
We'll see. 3 minutes. If we can get them 8 likes, we'll keep going.
All right, we'll play a little more chat. Let's go back to Zoe. Here we go.
Here we
go. So, you know, I see them talking mad ish. Oh man, ain't no baddies here and no baddies there, and I laugh, you know, and I know some of you understand where I'm coming from, you know, and it's coming to a point where the P for P is getting expensive. And I think eventually some people are going to have to bow out gracefully. Now me, you know, I dibble and dabble, but I definitely had to bow out gracefully once it got to 100 USD. It's no way I'm doing that. So I definitely bowed out of that once, and it's there. It's beyond there in a lot of places now. Zoe is definitely not doing that. And some people are like, oh, get your weight up, get your money up. My goal is always to get my weight up, get my money up, but it definitely ain't to get it up for the wrong reason. And I think it's going to be so pricey that a lot of dudes are going to eventually have to bow out, or they're going to be really mad and upset, talking reckless. Imagine spending that kind of bread and being disappointed, you know, and having bad service and all that stuff. So I think eventually cats going to get priced out, or places are going to do something about that type of traveler. So,
I disagree with that. I don't think that
it's going to get priced out.
No.
Mm-mm.
And I think that no matter what some people pay, because it's been 100 since we went over to Cartagena the first time in 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It's been $100. People been
it's been
they've been charging $100.
It's been 100 for
right?
a little while.
The thing is, me and Steve never pay anywhere near that. So cool. I can say what it is, but it's not gonna be. It's not. They're not gonna be able to price it that high. And if you know where to go, you can get it for a lot less.
Yeah. And here's the thing about that, guys. There's always going to be that idiot who pays $200 or $300. That's what women charge here in the United States, by the way. If you go all the way over there to pay United States prices, hey, to each his own, bro. But you're pretty much a complete idiot.
Stupid.
Okay, do what you want to do. It is what it is. You guys got to start putting your foot down with that kind of shit. But if you do that, hey, that's on you. But I think that $100 is an easy number that most girls are going to say. It's going to remain $100 for a long time. Of course, you'll get the ones that say more, but most of them are going to try to say that amount of money. And you guys, it's up to you guys to figure out how to finesse that or really negotiate that down. And if you guys watch our videos on our Patreon, we give you guys information about that and what to expect and how to do it. But again, I charge you guys to holler at regular girls. I do it all the time. Al has a bunch baddies, regular chicks. You know what I'm saying? And you can just call them up. No price. Hey, come here. We gonna da-da-da. Yep. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we'll go out to a little club, a bar, something, and we come back and it is what it is.
$15.
$15 USD, and we're good. Right. And I have a bunch. I have a few in Brazil. I have a few in Cartagena. Right. So you just build up that roster of regular chicks and you'll be good. Again, learning the language always helps, but also just, like I said, shooting that shot, man. Shooting that shot.
Well, for the people that just came in, if we can get the 6 more likes before the end of this video, we got like 3 or 4 more videos to review. We'll keep the show going. If not, it's Saturday night. Me and Steve about to go outside. We got to get them likes up to 40 likes by the time this video's over.
Yeah.
So there's an end. All good things come to an end, and that's going to come to an end. And when it does come to an end, and y'all start traveling and looking for other places because the place gets played out, priced out, or they push you out, you know, then you're going to find yourself back in the real world where you actually do have to get a haircut, dress nice, have a mouthpiece, and also be attractive. You have to have something attractive about you where you just can't, you know, P for P. We're going to see how many baddies that dudes be getting when they actually got to attract women. You're going to see no matches on Tinder, no matches on Bumble, no dates. That's going to be the reality.
I mean, you should be getting a haircut and brushing your hair and brushing your teeth anyway.
I have a mouthpiece. Yeah.
You should be doing that anyway. That's standard. Shout out to
Travel Lover said the new Dolce Vita Chica is starting at 200.
That's true.
Yeah, that is very facts.
That's true. That's true.
In Brazil and probably in Cartagena too.
He's talking about the Cartagena one, but yeah, that's true.
It's probably the same in Brazil too.
Yeah.
They be trying to tax there, but
yeah.
Ask me how many times I went to Dolce. I think I got dragged out. Sin City wanted us to go to Dolce Vita.
Yeah.
And said he would pay our entryway in, even though we didn't really like, just like, bro, like, I don't want to go here.
Yeah.
come on, I'll pay for it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess so. Like, just because we're all out together. But other than that, I don't go to Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita's trash in Brazil.
Yeah, chat. If you go to Santa Catalea, which is the new Dolce Vita in Cartagena, expect to be taxed for everything. The girls, the drinks.
Oh yeah, that place is ass.
The girls
Don't go there.
The girls are higher class. I will admit. If you walk into Santa Catalea, it's very much like the old Dolce Vita, where there's a lot of beautiful women in flowing dresses. It's a dress code. The girls can't just come in there with leggings, right? They have to be dressed to the T. But the establishment itself is just not the kind of environment we want to be in. They're a lot more aggressive than they were at Dolce Vita. Like at Dolce Vita, you walked in, they would say, "Can you get a drink?" And they'd leave you alone, and you get a bottle of water, and they'd be like, "Okay, you bought a drink." Last time we went to Santa Catalea, man, it was like,
I'm gonna make a video next time I'm there about the experience.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna just video record
bad.
them. Fuck that place, man. To be honest, that place is trash. I'll never.
So yeah, we don't even really go there, chat. We went once or twice and just never went after that last time. But yeah, I mean, if you go to Santa Catalea, bad chicks, but 200. They're charging US prices.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. Okay.
People when they have to start fishing in other places, in other waters, where it's not that scene. That's not built on that scene. Guys, I think they become so accustomed to that scene of P for P and getting a baddie because they're willing to pay. And they gotta come to reality that, dogs, you ain't all that. You ain't who you think you are. And you're gonna have to come back down to reality. You're gonna have to go back to them 4-5s, possibly 6s, and humble yourself. And stop acting like you the man that only could accept baddies, or you so accustomed to baddies that this is ridiculous to you. And like always, or like as of lately, I'll say that, guys gonna have to start coming to that reality. And guys who think that they are content creators, travel YouTubers, and they basing their whole thing on trying to put a baddie on the screen, that's when your number's gonna fall short. People go places and say that they're doing things, but they don't just have no receipts because you ain't the man you think you are. So you're gonna have to humble yourself, or you're gonna have to clean up, or maybe you're gonna have to see where them dating coaches or pay for some consultations, because you just can't follow behind all the leaders and the cream will rise to the top. Those dudes who really do have a mouthpiece, who really do look good, take care of themselves, and are used to getting attractive women, they're gonna still do it. They're gonna still show and prove. And the goo-gob ugly dudes is gonna have to come to reality when they go to a place where they can't pay for the baddies, who they really are, not that dude. So I'm just saying, you know, hey man, I know dudes gonna be mad and fire shots at me, but you know what? I say what I feel needs to be said, and I'm you know, I'm always pulling the card early. I said those destinations just played out. I know dudes are still there, but I know y'all could agree that they have changed and they're becoming less and less attractive for people to go to. So it's your boy, it's International Zoe. I'm here in Lima, Peru, chilling.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Shout out to Zoe. I agree with a good amount of what he's saying, but there are some things that I think I wouldn't necessarily agree with. I do believe that once you go overseas, you do have a better shot, a better chance. I'm not just getting a better looking woman, a better acting woman. Let's stop talking about better looking. I think we need to get that out of our head. They're better looking over there. They're bad bitches in Medellin. Better acting woman, and better laws that are put in place that don't go against men for being married or having a kid or whatever it is. I think that's the most important. We just brought up a girl that I met at the Cartagena airport. Some may say she's a 5. She's average. She's a 6, adjustable 5, adjustable 6. Cool. But I can tell you this. The laws in Cartagena, right, that deal with childcare and divorce and all, is different than here. You know, the way she acts, the femininity. She works at a gym, right? She's going to the gym all the time. Not to say you can't find a girl going to the gym here, but what I'm saying is There is a difference, guys. We can't sit here and say, people keep saying it's not a difference between women in the United States and women in Philippines, women in the United States and women in Cartagena. There is a difference. And even, let's go ahead and take what you said. There's no difference. The laws that govern are different. And when women know that the laws are against men, they'll use those laws against you as a man, right? So the fact that they can't do the same shit, me too, you lie, whatever, say you hit them and you grape them and all this stuff over there, and then you just lose all your shit, that is enough to say, you know what? I should be in this country. Because if the woman knows that she can go to daddy, which is the government, and just make up something or get mad at you and try to ruin your life, right? DDG, Halle Berry, whatever her name is, then once they get angry.
Did you say Halle Berry?
I did say Halle Berry. Once they get mad at you guys, that's what they're gonna do, okay?
What the hell? What the Halle Berry?
They're gonna get mad and they're gonna use whatever they can against you. So if we took all the marriage laws from the United States and put them in Cartagena, it would be exactly like the United States. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, women they'd get mad at you, you cheat on it, whatever you did, they just pissed off at you, whatever. And I'm not even saying it's her fault or your fault. She would go and use that and ruin your life. But since they can't do that there, they're not thinking to do that. Since they were raised a lot of time with a father, or at least being around family all the time, they're not thinking to destroy a man. The women here in the United States, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are trying, once they get angry at you, it's not when they like you, it's when they dislike you or you do something that makes them mad. They know, okay, I can call the cops on him. I can say he hit me. I can say, I bruise myself and say that it was from him. I can get half of his money, right? What are my options now to ruin this man's life? That's what you guys need to be thinking of. Better acting woman. I don't give a shit if she's a 5. I don't care if y'all thought the girls I brought up was a 4 or 3. What's gonna happen when shit hits the fan? That's the question.
Shout out to T Rolex. He said, "What's up, my goats? Zoe's numbers are up and down in this travel, so a lot of what he said is contradicting." Okay. I said, I'm kind of in the middle of everything. I agree with Zoe's points. I think that too many people go overseas. They're the weekend warriors, and that's fine. And they don't try to better themselves. They don't try. It's just the same P for P Parky eras, have a baddie on the screen, quote unquote, and then they can't go anywhere else that doesn't have bad chicks. Like I said, not saying that that's Homie's Hub, but what I'm saying is too many YouTubers and too many people do that. I can think of several. They have no social skills, all of that stuff. I agree with Homie Sub's point. I think that he was, saying that there's not really crazy baddies in Peru. I went to Peru. I was over there for a month. And I didn't really like the kind of the quality while I was there. And even before I went there, I got on Bumble and I knew that I wasn't really impressed with it, but I still booked the trip because I wanted certain experiences. I wanted to go see, some of the wonders of the world. I ended up meeting one of the supporters of the channel while I was over there. And then we became like really good friends and we had each other's backs over there. He ended up running into a situation where he almost got scoped and I was able to help him. He almost got robbed for all his stuff. I was able to help him get out of that situation. So it was really dope being over there. It was cool. We had double dates. We had, he actually was a great wingman. Like he was hooking me up with girl. Like if he had a girl, he would find out if she had a friend and he would get the friend to bring, one of their girls along and shit. Like it was dope being over there. So it's not always just about the quality of girls. So I understand what Zoe's saying and that. And I agree with him on there. I agree with Steve's point of, there's too often, guys are being shamed for liking what they like. If they want to indulge in P for P or they want to go over there and they want to do whatever, they're shamed for it. So I agree with that. I agree. I'm kind of in the middle on this.
You just a
on this
green
whole
ass
thing.
motherfucker today, huh? You just
Nah.
agreeing with everything, motherfucker. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Travel Wolf.
Oh.
He said, Homie's Hub is wrong. There's crazy baddies in Peru. Not better than Colombia, but about number 3. Yeah, I'll say this, Travel Wolf. Yeah, they're Latina chicks. Latina chicks are, bro, I know there's baddies in Peru. There's got to be some somewhere. But what I'll say is they look different than the women that you'll see in Colombia, number 1. And number 2, I think you got to really be there for a little while to kind of get to that point and find where they are. But let's just be honest, man. A lot of these Latin chicks, whether they white, Afro Latina, whatever it is, black, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Go to any Latin countries. Bad Mexicans. There's bad chicks in El Salvador. There's bad chicks in Ecuador. There's bad chicks everywhere. You got to find where they are. But the beauty standard in Colombia is a lot higher. And there's more women that are trying to look like Carol G or whatever. So you're going to see a lot of them more done up. Personally, like I said, I like Colombian women, but the Paisa, Carol G look, the big booty, platform shoes, chiclet teeth, a lot of them be getting work done. It's not even just like they're naturally pretty. A lot of them actually are, getting the BBLs and all of that stuff. And that's, the veneers. People go to Colombia just to get their teeth done. So, but I will say there is a beauty standard there. Let's take an Asian country. I found the women in Philippines and Japan to be far more attractive than the women in Thailand. The beauty standard in Japan, to me, is a lot higher than the beauty standard in Thailand. Okay? If anybody's been to both, let me know if I'm wrong. The beauty standard in the Philippines is different than the beauty standard in Malaysia. It's just there's a night and day difference of the women and how they dress. When we were in Japan, the women were dressed in trench coats with stockings on underneath a long trench coat. Everyone was wearing black. The women were beautiful. They didn't necessarily have all the ass and the titties that I liked, but they were good looking women. You could tell. I mean, you could look at a woman and go, oh, she a bad Asian chick. She a bad Japanese bitch. She bad. You know what I mean? You could just see it, that they are, their look and their style and the way they walk. So, but you go to Peru, I'm sure. Even the homie South just did a video. A couple chicks he had were bad.
I highly disagree. I'm agreeing with Homie Sub on this. The women there are not that crazy bad. And yes, there are some baddies, but it's a dime a dozen. Like, it was like we went to Thailand and we're walking around the mall and we don't see one crazy bad chick. That's the way it was for me when I was in Peru. For the majority of the time, yes, there's going to be bad chicks in every country, but when you look at the sheer numbers and you see 100 or 200 chicks, you're not seeing 8s and 9s the way you're seeing them in other countries like a Colombia, a Brazil, even the Philippines. The short time we were there, chicks were way badder. But like I said, it was more than just that. And I have seen some. One of my good friends goes to Peru all the time, and he was sending me pictures of some of his girls. And I'm like, yo, where were they whenever I was there? Where were any type of girls when I was there? And I was outside. I was at the malls. I was outside. I tried to spend a ton of time I hit rooftops. I got a million places. I probably got, like, as far as Peru, I got a ton of hot spots in Peru. And I was outside daily, and I didn't really see no crazy chicks. So I wouldn't put it. I don't know if I could put Peru in the top 10, bro.
I'm not saying it's in the top 10.
Nah, but travel will for us.
Oh yeah. Look. What I'm saying is, you're gonna have to be. I think Peru is a place you have to be there long term to find out where the hotter chicks go. It's not gonna be like Colombia, specifically Medellin, where they're just walking around, or even Cartagena, where they're just walking around. What I'm saying is, though, by default, South America and South American countries have beautiful women, and Latina women in general tend to have, take care of themselves, and you'll be able to find some beautiful women. But does it measure up to Medellin? No. Medellin, to me, is second behind Brazil.
Most are just the indigenous look. So, and I'm not really attracted to that.
Yeah, but that's subjective, is what I'm saying.
But I'm saying most guys wouldn't think that look is comparable to like other countries.
Sure, but you weren't there. I think if you lived there, you would find and it wouldn't be as hard as it was when you were there. I'm saying, like Homies Hub, maybe I don't know how long he's gonna be there, but I'm gonna guess that if he's gonna be there for I don't know 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is, he'll find not only a few, he'll know where to go to find them. It's just like it's like where we're from, Pittsburgh. We got a lot of beautiful women in Pittsburgh, but they don't be outside like that. You got to kind of know where to go or catch them. So I think Peru's kind of the same way. It's not like a Medellin or Cartagena where they're just walking up and down the streets at the airport everywhere. There are those the Indios, the indigenous ones, but bruh, what's her name was Peruvian. Beth, like we got Peruvian chicks is bad, bro. You just gotta find them.
I can't agree with that. But
oh, yeah, you don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree.
Can agree to disagree.
What I'm saying is, if you're only there for a short period of time, you're not gonna know where to go.
Just straight Peru though. She's like Peruvian, Honduran.
Sure, but
she's
can we
mixed
agree?
with a lot of shit.
Sure, but can we agree that the longer you're in a place, you're gonna be able to position yourself where those baddies are? If you're only there for a short time, your mind might be skewed.
I can agree with that, but I think a month is a long enough time to be able to see. I didn't really see anything above like a 6 the whole time I was there in a month. And I think that you should, if a country is going to be up there, like we're talking Travel Wolf talking top 10, I gotta be able to see chicks that are bad, 8s and higher in that month. I didn't really see nothing crazy. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, you know, that's fine. Shout out to Nagmeezy. Those hoagie eating
Pittsburgh
is trash. Hey man, look. Hey man, stay your ass in Holland, man. Wherever the hell you are. You in Poland.
Got a chop cheese.
Yeah, you in fucking
T Lethal was asking earlier, but don't the police typically side with the locals overseas over the gringos? Yeah, but the girls overseas aren't gonna just try to, they ain't gonna just try to like hem you up the way they will here when they see an opportunity. Like you ain't gonna get a Haley Berry chick overseas that's just trying to say that you hit her and you cut her and all that stuff. What the Halle Berry? Trying to say that you did all this stuff in large numbers. Obviously, there's some, right? There's some everywhere. But in large numbers, the vast majority, they ain't trying to get you hemmed up. So that's what Steve was saying. I agree with that. Jonathan said, Al, every chick you had in Brazil were 4s and 5s. Well, you aren't a member of the Patreon. So every chick that I posted on YouTube that I wanted everybody to see, yeah, they were very low quality.
John got that smoke for you, bro.
Very low quality. But I guarantee you, if you pull up to the panel, cam up, show receipts for girls, and we have the chat vote on them, I'll pull up my receipts, you pull up your receipts, and I'll pull up Brazil regular chicks that I talked to, and you can pull up either regular chicks or pros that you dealt with here. I guarantee you I'll wash you 100%. So that's what I'll say about that.
Shots fired, chat. Shots fired.
And that goes for any YouTuber that thinks that my receipts are high quality, guaranteed.
Shots fired.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
All right. So we got an Austin video or two we'll bring up, guys. We did hit our 40 likes, so we'll go a little longer with a couple more videos.
We hit the threshold.
Appreciate you guys sending that in. You got an Austin video, right?
Shout out to Homie Hub. He said, if I put any of my Ecuadorian hoes on camera, they're gonna go viral versus these Peruvian chicks. There you have it.
Homie Hub, you've been there like a week. You only been there like 4 days. Give it some time, buddy.
I agree, homies. I'm on your side on
Give
this
it some
one.
time. Give it some time, man. You'll find what you're looking for.
I don't need to pull up because even you said they were terrible. You don't need to pull up because you know you'll get washed. Come up to the panel. We can go band for band. Fuck that. We could go M for M. I'll pull up. I'll show y'all receipts. I'll let the chat vote. I won't say anything. I'll show you receipts. I'll show you receipts of girls that I've been with, different clothes, So it's not just a one-time thing. You think I just paid a pro or whatever. Different outfits on.
Perfect.
I'll wash you and I'll wash
Perfect.
anybody else that wants to go
Perfect.
band for band
Perfect.
on Brazil. Guaranteed. 100%.
Damn.
honey.
Damn.
Pull up to the panel.
He said we can go bun for bun. We can go imp for imp. Damn. We gotta get that soundbite, chat. Damn. That's crazy. What if
The girls that we show on YouTube
hold on
are girls that we care nothing about the world seeing all that shit because there's a bunch of goofy niggas that's online, dirty macking, hating,
Stupid.
doing dumb shit. So that's why we show those girls. But I guarantee you I'd wash you.
Damn. All right. Well, it's a battle then. John's gonna pull up.
He's not gonna pull
Guys,
up.
we're gonna have
He's gonna stay in the chat.
We're gonna have a chick off.
Hey.
A chick off chat. That's the new name when you just show the chicks you're with. All right. Hey man, let's get it done. We had one on with Austin, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have is it in the it's in Discord?
I texted it to you.
Oh, okay. Let me put it on here.
He said, why would I pull up when you agreed? I don't get it. They weren't the girls. I agree with you. Yes. The girls that I showed on YouTube are trash. Not even trash, but they're not the baddest. They're probably like 5s and 6s, a lot of them. But even those girls that I showed on YouTube are still probably better than yours. And if you want to pull up like actual girls that I dated over in Brazil, and you want to compare those to girls that you've dated here or in Brazil or anywhere that you've been, I will wash you. That's what I'm saying. So that's why you would pull up. I agree with Homies Hub. Why does a nigga need to stay 2 months to see baddies? If you go to Colombia, it takes 2 minutes. That's what I've been saying. Steve saying if you stay there for long enough, you know where to find them. Nigga, they spawn. They just spawn in Colombia. They spawn in Brazil. They spawn in Japan. They spawn in Philippines. What do you need to wait 2 months and find the secret location where they are?
You're missing
like that doesn't make sense.
Y'all are missing my point, bro. What I'm trying to say is there's definitely baddies there. And if you're used to being in Medellin, which you are, Homies Hub, you're gonna go to another place. It's the same shit Zoe was trying to say. He's brought baddies on camera in Lima, Peru. So they're obviously there. I'm not saying that it's as abundant.
I'm saying 8s and above.
Bro, you don't think there's 8s and above there? Like a lot of them?
No.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
But you said a lot of them?
Bro, Homies Hub has been there 2 weeks and you were there 4 weeks. How can you say that and be sure? Are you're just sure?
Bro, I'm not saying none, obviously.
Give me a percentage, bro.
Bro, I'm saying I went out and saw like thousands of women and I didn't see anybody above an 8, bro.
Give me a percentage.
I didn't see no 8s.
Give me a percentage.
I don't know. I don't. I'd have to find bad chicks to give you a percentage, and I didn't find them.
So you're trying.
I know it's above 0.
Okay.
I know it's above 0.
You're trying to tell me that in the month that you were there,
I didn't see any 8s or above.
One girl that wasn't. That's a bullshit. That's bullshit. You told me you saw a girl that was bad. You told me you saw a couple. You said there was some parade or something that came there.
No, I'm saying
it was
8s.
baddies.
I'm saying 8s.
You didn't say she was a 6, bro. You said, bro, you know what I'm talking about. There was some festival or something that happened, and you said you saw some bad chicks, something that came to Lima. I swear on anything. You told me about this event. You were like, "Yo, there's girl." You
I don't remember which event, but I would have shot. I would have shot the shot. Like,
okay, do you remember there's something going on where, like, maybe when you were going to Machu Picchu or something, where there was like people coming there?
Yeah, there was like
they were from Peru or from, and there
was this little.
And you said there was baddies.
I mean, Peru. Maybe I said Peru standard baddies, but comparing them to everywhere else, I didn't see any 8s while I was there, bro. I didn't see any 8s.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, look. Okay, so they're all 6s and below, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that's what I saw.
And Homies Hub, you're saying you're not seeing no 8s. You've been there 2 weeks. Bro, let's bring up Homies Hub.
T Lethal, he ain't gonna pull up. He's a dusty bum.
Hold on.
He's a dusty bum. I'm gonna let him rock out in the chat too. I'm not like mods, let him rock out. He's a dusty bum. He's not gonna pull up and cam up and show any of his receipts.
Hold on. Let's pull up Homies Hub real quick. Y'all done got me pulling up shit.
T Lethal, I've seen your receipts.
Where's that? Where's the thing where Homie Hub was out with them girls? Here we go. He made a short of it.
Was it an 8 or above?
Okay.
That's my question. Cool. He showed.
Let's ask the chat. I'm not.
Let's ask the chat.
I'm gonna bring it up and we'll ask the chat. Hold on. Is this it right here? Yeah. Let's bring it up real quick. We'll skip to the right part.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Where's the part where you at with this?
Perfecto.
Where's the part where you at?
¿Cómo te llamas? Sí, sí.
That's not it. Where you know what I'm talking about? Homie?
I'm dropping the link for homies.
I caught it on stream too. And y'all caught it on stream.
That's
See
not.
Instagram?
This ain't her. Where's the one where he was with them 2 girls? Hold on.
He said pull up the short.
Yeah, let me just pull up the short. It's this one, I think. Here it is. Not her, the other one.
No sé.
Jonathan, I never agreed on
Everybody's
that.
invitado.
You're just trying to troll, but you're not funny.
Okay.
And you got no receipts.
¿Lomo sentado o causa?
Causa.
Causa, okay.
Hold on.
Causa or ceviche?
Ceviche.
Ceviche or arroz con mariscos?
Where's her friend at?
Arroz con mariscos.
Oh, wow. Arroz con mariscos o arroz con
Yo.
pollo.
Con pollo, obvio.
I'm putting this nigga on the Summer Jam screen.
Arroz con pollo. Sí, sí, sí.
All right, so
Arroz con pollo, papá, le gusta.
this girl's a torta, okay? She's fat.
This
She's
nigga's a
gordita.
torta. I'm about to pull him up.
But the
No
other
sick.
chick, if there's girls that look like this other chick, and I'm not saying she's a 9 or 10 or whatever, if there's girls that look like the
Yes,
other chick, we're in good shape.
No, sé.
I don't know why. Do you turn the camera on her?
No.
I'm putting it
No me
on
gusta
this nigga.
chicharrón.
We're talking about this nigga real quick.
Oh, this is John.
This is the nigga trying to argue with me. What?
Shout out to John.
These are the niggas that are in the chat, bro.
Hey,
what?
He wants to bring up. He wants
This nigga? What?
He wants to go girl for girl.
He don't have one girl to bring up.
He does.
No, he is a girl.
He's got girls, bro. Damn. That's crazy. Why you put him on the big screen?
What? This nigga?
John, you got to come up now, brother. You got.
You're the same size. Nah, you're like 200 pounds more than me, bro. I'm tall. I don't know what you and Keith and these niggas don't really understand. Like, I am not shaped like y'all niggas.
Pause.
Y'all niggas is 3'5'3". Y'all Tory Lane's height and weigh 400 pounds. The fuck out of here, man. Talking shit. What? This nigga?
Hey, he gets bitches, bro. What are you
Apparently.
talking about? Damn. What you trying to say?
10X Hawaiian shirts, bro. 10X Hawaiian shirts and short shorts. This nigga. Come on, man.
All right. Homie's Hub is in the building. Let's bring up Homie Hub. He's been waiting patiently.
10X.
We gotta get him back in here. Homie Hub, what's good? Travel. I see you. Travel. Hold up. Homie Hub. I need you to. I need you to explain, bro. The girl that's in this video, okay? She is not a 4. She's maybe you give her a 5, 6. I feel
Who you talking about? Who you talking about? The one in the red dress?
No, the skinnier one. The one. Can we take this nigga off the screen?
Kev said he's showing cleavage. Damn.
Can we take this nigga off, bro? The girl right here in the left. Now maybe my eyes deceive me. Maybe it's dark
No, she's nice. Listen. She's nice. She's 100% nice. But look how long I've been in Peru before I ran into that.
She's not an 8 though.
8, right? And she's not an 8. Like if I'm gonna give her anything, I'd give her a 7. I would give her a 7 in the States. I would give her a 7.
Al?
I don't
100%.
use 7, so she's either a 6 or an 8, and she's not an 8. Not to
So
hate
I'll
on
give
the
her a
girl or
6.
nothing.
So I'll give her a 6.
Oh yeah, and a
Sure.
6 is good. But
Right.
that's what
Right.
I'm saying. My thing is, I was in Peru for a month. It shouldn't take me a month. I couldn't find no 8s.
Okay, let me explain something real quick though. Is this uncommon to see a girl like her, homie Hub? Or
Yes,
this is a diamond in the rough?
It's uncommon, bro.
Yes.
Like guys, I've been out here for 2 weeks and I've been everywhere. I've been in the local, I've been in the gringo areas, I've been in the hood. I mean, when you go to the hood, the women do start looking better and they start getting thicker. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm like, bro, like you basically have to traverse the entire of Lima to find a chick that's above a 6. And then you got to make sure she's actually Peruvian because she might not be Peruvian.
Was this
She might
one
be.
Peruvian?
All of them were. Even the one in the middle, she's from Miami, and she was good looking too. You know what I'm saying? Like they had other friends that were good looking, but they kept trying to push the big one on me. So I played into it because you know what I'm saying. Because if you mess up her vibe, you're gonna mess up everybody's vibe. So I just played into it, but I got all their Instagrams. You know what I'm saying? But
Travel with I know you were saying
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up?
What's good, brother?
Okay. So my experience, and you guys know I'm a big lovable boy. You know what I'm saying? But I get better quality than that dude. I don't know where that dude came from. But
this
the
nigga?
point is this. Yeah, the nigga that's going after Al. I want to see his receipts. I want to see that nigga where he.
Oh, okay.
I got receipts too. Y'all know I got receipts.
Big and tall.
The point is, this nigga. Oh my God, this crazy.
Goofy ass nigga.
Anyway, I would say this. This is what I would say. Peru is like I'm in Colombia right now. Y'all know that, right? So I walk out every day. It's bad bitches parade. They just had the World Cup thing. It was so many bad bitches out yesterday. It was bananas, bro. I was even out today. So I'm not disagreeing with y'all about Colombia. Colombia, my number one. To viva aquí, Colombia. Y'all got that. No argument there. But I'm saying that Peru has them. It just takes time. I was there for 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, y'all seen me hitting the streets every day by myself, out there risen. I was right out there in Lima Bar, right? So I know where Homie Hub is at. You got to sit right out there in Lima Bar. Now, here's the problem that we don't understand, right? We don't have shit to do Monday through Monday. Some of the baddies have jobs, and they have places to be. So it really doesn't really happen until Friday, Saturday night. 12 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. They start rolling up to Lima Bar. That's the biggest club in the whole fucking city. If you just do like I call parking lot pimp, you sit out there, they gonna come. It just takes time. That's what I would say. My experience is that in Colombia, it moved hella fast out here. But in Peru, it's a slow thing. It really takes 2 months. I know some people is impatient. I get that. I'm not saying you gotta stay there. I like the adventure. So for me, part of the thrill is the adventure. You know what I'm saying? I go out. I never know I'm gonna see a bad bitch. I'm always on point. Y'all see me risen. Y'all see me walking up to anybody in the world and saying, "What's up? What you doing? My name is Wolfric." Blah blah blah. But that's what I'm just saying is that Peru is a slower burn. Now to get to the rating scale. Hold on 1 second. That's when you can talk to. To get to the rating scale, a 5 is hella high. A 5 is not low because remember, there's 4 more numbers underneath that. If you say 0 to 3, that shit's low. A 5 is hella high in my book. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, so let's conduct an experiment, though. Homie Hub, when you get a chance, go to Lima Bar. Take Travel Wolf's advice.
Do a
at
time
12:30. Do a time lapse, right? Set up your pocket 3 and just right there. Do a IRL. I will tune into that IRL, and I want you to tell me that there's no baddies. Like it's only 6s that come to Lima Bar.
I didn't say. Hold on. I didn't say there was no baddies. What I've been saying all the last 2 weeks is that I have to look and search find, patiently wait, and hunt just to find a girl that's above a 7, right? And I understand, oh, you're comparing it to Colombia, but I'm like, guys, the places y'all are going, like the Big Four is the Big Four for a reason. Because outside of the Big Four, everything get pretty boring. You feel me? Secondly, it's cold as hell out here. It's niggas don't want to be outside hunting in the cold like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, just stay there 2 months. You'll start seeing the baddies. That is insanity. When you like, who the hell stays in any country for 2 months to see if there's baddies, bro? Nobody does that. You feel me? Like, I could do it because I work remotely.
It never gets hot in
Lima.
Lima.
Not at this time. Is winter.
When is summer? When is summer?
Well, for me, the weather's nice.
and
The weather's nice for me. The weather's nice for me. But homie Hub, you should go out there right now, man. It's Sunday morning, 12 a.m. Go hit Lima Bar. Hop in the Uber. Go hit Lima Bar. What's your cash at, nigga? Go hit the Lima Bar.
So I've been going to some spots that got baddies, right? I'm not going to drop it on YouTube, but I've been going to some spots that got real baddies. I'm talking about Parker Uris level baddies. The only difference is they're not Peruvian. A lot of them are Ecuadorian. A lot of them are Venezuelan. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, do I want to go hunt all night and maybe see a chick that's a 7, or do I just want to go to my guaranteed spot? But I just know that there's no Peruvian shorties there.
Lima, Peru's summertime is November to March. Holla at me in March, man. Okay, holla at me in November.
Well, look. If I have my way, because I'm putting some money aside. Listen, let me tell you the plan. This is how we're gonna sell this. If I have my way, putting some money aside. I wasn't supposed to tell nobody this. I'm gonna tell you because I got you on the phone right now, Steve. Putting some money aside. I want to hire Minuition for the IRL. I'm gonna go back to Lima, Peru. Minuition. I'm gonna go back to Peru and have y'all follow me around. Did I say it wrong again?
Mentuition.
Bro, I have 20 hours of live streams. I have 20 hours of live streams going through the entire of Lima, Peru, bro. If you can somehow find more baddies than me, I would be thoroughly impressed. But I was outside, bro. I was really outside streaming. And
I don't know if I can go back to Peru because I don't know if I'm leaving Trinidad. So to be honest. And they're gonna be spawning all over. Like, there's a million places that you can go to where you could just find. It just comes with being there. The DR. I haven't been to the DR yet, but I'm sure if I go, and I'm not talking about the Sioux, I'm talking about if you go to a regular city, a Santo Domingo or something like that, Punta Cana, you're just walking around, you're going to see baddies. It doesn't take you 2 months to find somebody that's an 8. You're just It comes with being over there.
It only took him 2 weeks.
Cool. I want to see an 8. I want to see a Peruvian born 8 from over there.
Man, let me go.
They exist.
I'll find them. I'll find them.
We gonna find them. Me and Steve gonna find them.
We gonna find them.
I'm putting it together. Once I get the budget right, I'm gonna have. Well, I guess Steve come with me to Lima. We're gonna do the IRL. We're gonna tear the city up. I got everything together. VIP. We got to do it big, man. I'm working on some stuff because last time I was there, I got plugged really big. That's why, I could really navigate the city. I mean. It's really just a slow burn. That's what I want to say. It's just, I know you guys want instant gratification, but the thing that people misunderstand is that, right? I love Colombia, don't get me wrong, but there's a big but, right? The women here can be a bit pretentious, right? Now, my experience in Lima, Peru is that the baddies actually will come up to you a little bit more. Like, I had some people just walking up to me. They were dudes, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You with like 3 niggas, why you talking to me? That kind of like bugged me out because I don't want to go over other men trying to fuck that night. So that's just how I think about it. But anyway, here in Colombia, it's not really like that. When chicks are with their boyfriends and they're bad, they're cuffed. When in Peru, when they with their boyfriend and they're bad, they'll still be like, who are you? They come over and then it's up to you to go from there with it. That's what true. I'm saying. Is worth it. That's what I'm saying is worth it. Now, we can't ever get the thing about Colombia being less than the best place for the most beautiful women. My motto is bad bitch parade. But that personality quality is what I value. That's why I say for me, the time it takes to stay in Peru is worth it. Because I'm out here in Colombia, I'm doing about 40, 60. When I was in Peru, I ain't even gonna lie, I was doing like 70-30 total contract. And, you know,
What do y'all think of Zoe's video?
Which one?
Well, I don't speak on Zoe, so you gotta call Zoe yourself and ask him that. But
no, but you were talking about it in the chat. I mean, you could just give your opinion on what he was saying in the video. Don't have to be like bad, but
I mean,
I was
video.
on some of the stuff.
I can tell you. I can tell you that because we were all staying together and everything. So you know, I see a lot. So I can tell you that. I don't want to say it like that, but I mean, I can tell you that it's real. It's authentic. It's not no bullshit. Like if you come to Colombia and you do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like people want to be there. That's how best I can say it. The women want to be there.
I think that you have an interesting perspective because you stayed with Zoe in Peru. That's why I wanted your opinion on that. And then Homies Hub has an interesting perspective because he was saying that, you know, he wasn't sure if the video was about him or not. You know, that's
no. Nothing's about anyone. It's not about anyone. It's just so what I'm learning as what was said in the video. Okay, thinking about the next 3 years, right? With all that's going on in the world, and you guys should see it because you guys are probably a men's rights supporter platform, right? So you guys should see it. Intimacy is going to become a premium. I'm not going to go into that too much because I don't want to throw up the topic of tonight. I'm good reviving. But what we're saying is that because I believe that too, intimacy is going to become a premium where it's going to become more to have physical contact. And not having physical contact is going to be supplemented by other things that are coming online. VR, you got the introspective of the language learning model, right? Which is like the movie Her, which is like a sexy woman talking to you, audiology, right? Which can be a bigger turn on than physical contact. So what they're trying to do, in my opinion, in the men's rights sphere, is they're trying to negate men further and further away from physical contact so that we accept these supplementations, and that's various conspiratorial reasons. I'm not getting into that. But that's going to be the reason why physical contact, like think about how you go to the strip club in Miami, right, Al? The girl dancing on the stage, the same girl that just danced on you on the stage, you take her to VIP, it's a whole different price, right? It's not $20, $30 tip. She dancing on you on stage, touching you, feeling you. You take her back to the VIP, you're looking at maybe a rack to touch her. Same girl you was just touching for $30. So that's what they're doing in real life. The same philosophies apply. So what we're thinking is that we don't want to see a bum rush happening, but the big four, they kind of like in their twilight, at least for me, because I only been traveling for 4 years, but I've seen the decline. I've been in Brazil. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Thailand. I lived in Colombia. It's my second time living in Colombia. So I'm starting to see a decline in what I was there the first time, and I come back the second time. It's totally different. I would say it's actually whack. You know, it's not like the first time I went to CTG. I went out into CTG. CTG to me is not the CTG it was when I went there the first time. Not even close. And what they talking about, those numbers, I'll give you an example. Those numbers are not high to me, but I was getting 4 or 6 hours. I was getting all night at those numbers. I wasn't getting no hour. That's what you pay to like 4 or 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know about that. Not no 30 minutes, 45 minutes type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know that they're pushing this new thing. And that's really what was being said. It wasn't targeting anyone, you know, it wasn't targeting anyone at all. I can vouch for that. It wasn't targeting no one at all. We don't sit around and talk about nobody. All we do is I say, damn, she got a good looking friend. Send me some photos. That's pretty much most of our conversations together. She got a good looking friend for me. That's it.
Gotcha. Homies Hub, what were your thoughts on the video?
So I think that video, first of all, I do think even if he didn't mean to target it at me, I definitely think I was in mind. Me and probably a couple other dudes were in mind when he made the video. He's not going to say the video was totally about me because I do feel like he was talking about other people, but it just so happened that like literally the next day after my stream, where I had expressed my dissatisfaction with Peru, that video came out. But I don't necessarily. It's true, and then there's a pocket that you have to pay attention to. If you're a traveler and you're in these places for short periods of time, you're gonna get hit with the maximal price possible. And the problem is too many dudes, they have so much scarcity in the States when they come to places like Colombia or a DR or a Thailand, they don't mind just paying the premium price because they keep comparing it to what they would have to pay in the States for the same kind of woman. And they don't realize that the whole economy here is different. Like inside of Medellin, everyone keeps talking about the prices, but they're only talking about Parquilleras prices and what girls are going to charge you on Tinder. They're not talking about just regular, everyday shorties that you don't even really get the opportunity to meet because you're not there for long enough. I'm there for 6 months. I'm not throwing $50, and I haven't done that in 6 months. It hasn't been anywhere close to that price. But my situation is different. I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I live in Medellin, and I already have formed my social circle of women that I'm going to deal with. So before I even talk to a new girl, I vet her through other women. So like the monetary exchange for intimacy has been something that's been around since like the beginning of time, but it's going to keep getting difficult for the guys that just already don't have that access. So when he was talking about having to bow out gracefully because he's not going to be paying this, and this, I say that there's several factors that are working against him that I don't think he's paying attention to. Number one, I don't know how good Zoe's Spanish is, but it doesn't seem like he speaks very good Spanish, if at all, any Spanish at all. You're definitely going to get hit with that Spanish tax if you can't even say a couple words in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, you're like obviously a foreigner. You can't even try to game shorty up. I think that's one thing that's going on right now in Medellin is like, the girls, even if you got to give them money, they kind of want you to game them up a little bit. That'll be the difference between shorty trying to get her money and going an hour and the shorty spending the rest of the night with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a huge difference. Secondly, women, they're not going to make all of their intimate relationships business. Like I've been saying on my channel a lot. Some of these girls want to have a dude outside of work. It don't matter if he's a gringo, Colombian, Venezuelan. They don't care. They just want a dude that they don't have to associate with work. So they're going to pick some guy to give it to. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, the longer you're in these countries, the more you are exposed to these sides of women. But when you're coming there as a foreigner, you're talking with your money, you're talking with the kinds of experiences that you can give shorty, the first thing that she's going to do is to try to maximize what she can get from you. Because in her head, she might never see you again. And I feel like that's constantly something that we don't talk about. And I would think that the guys that are the most well-traveled would speak about it. And I saw a video when Austin Holloman was speaking about it. He was like, basically, because he's in these countries for longer, he's exposed to more opportunities with women than like a regular weekend, 7-day, 14-day traveler. You know what I mean? So I think there's some truth to it, and then there's not some truth to it. I don't think we consider that there are so many women outside of the U.S. Not all of them are going to be able to create, an OF. Not all of them are going to be able to benefit off like the AI girlfriend model. Like some of them are going to have to just straight up hit. I think you're going to see more of them having to just hit the streets, or if they're not working women, they're going to have to try to invest into their relationships with men more. Because getting that easy money that they was getting before is just not going to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
nah, I agree 100%. Speaking of Austin, I was actually pulling up Austin's video and wanted to go over that. But shout out to Mr. D. He sent me Austin's video. I had seen it. I had seen it on YouTube, like listed, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. and he was like, I think that you'll really like it, and it'll be something good to talk about for the show. So we can go over that real quick. But Austin made a video, and then Skylar made kind of a video that kind of talked about the opposite of like kind of like what Homie Sub was saying, in the sense of you know, a lot more girls are gonna become ex workers because of AI and all of this stuff. I don't know if we'll have time to go over Skylar's, but definitely want to go over Austin's. We can probably review Skylar's next week on Monday. But yeah, very interesting. Both of their points on everything.
You got the Austin one? Because I haven't seen it. You got the Austin
Yeah,
one?
I'm gonna play that now.
Yeah. I have to disagree with Scholar, but we'll talk about that next week. But I'll disagree with Scholar. Scholar bugging.
He made some really good points on it though.
But you know, like I said again, in the men's rights sphere, right? Women are always going to be protected in this society economically. They already are.
Yeah.
You know, and so even if AI removes them from the workforce, they're going to find something for them to do other than sex work, you know? And we can see this right now. I don't want to derail you. I don't want to derail you from what you're doing. But yeah, I know. But all right. I'll leave that alone for now. But I was just going to say something on the topic. But anyway, just play the video. Yeah, I'll just play the video. I don't want to derail you from what you're doing.
In other countries, they don't have the government assistance like the way the states have. So that's the problem. So we'll talk about that next show, but I think that's going to be a huge problem. We'll play Austin's real quick.
3 years ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I thought I was going to travel the world, live for cheap, date a bunch of beautiful women like you saw me do, and I thought I was going to live the dream forever with no consequences. But nobody actually taught me, or maybe some of you in the comment section did teach me what I actually would learn and come to realization. And that is mentally, emotionally, and financially, living this sort of lifestyle would be taxing on Austin. And today I'm going to describe to you everything I got wrong and what I learned about dating women around the world and what the consequences have been. If you guys don't know me already, I'm your only friend, Austin Holloman. And hit the like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. So number one, if you guys go look at my previous videos, I thought foreign women were a lot more traditional. And the truth is, cultural expectations are changing, and the entire world is being affected, not just the United States, due to feminism, which was one of the worst things that could have been ever invented, social media, and Western influence is even creeping around the world from people like myself traveling and bringing their Western habits, and even women from Western countries, of course, will influence women directly in other countries more than I can. Sometimes women in Colombia or Brazil can present a traditional person online, and even in parts of Africa, but once you start to date them, you can find that it was just a persona that they were putting up. Yes, women in other countries have been easier to communicate with and been easier to get along with. But to be honest with you, living in a country, like for example, I live in Nairobi, Kenya right now, right? And some of you guys are a lot of you guys are very delusional. And I've been trying to tell you this, y'all think that, oh, if I come to Africa, Kenyan women are wives. And I'm not saying that they're not, but a lot of things that you guys are running away from, you will not get away from coming here. It would just be in a lighter format, which is the reason why I say places like Nairobi have 5 years for you to enjoy before maybe, I'm not sure, I can't predict the future. Now, my experience will never be yours because I got a lot of clout at this time, especially in Nairobi. So it's probably never going to get bad for me. But for you guys that are actually looking to travel to find something, expectations should be set differently in certain parts of the world. At some point, you may need to go to a Muslim, you may need to convert and go to a Muslim country. Now, the next part is I didn't realize how much my own culture, even though.
Okay, let's pause it there for a second. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. What he's talking about is women, you know, being women, having their periods, you know, maybe starting little arguments with you, things that women normally do. It's going to happen in any country, no matter where you are. It'll happen in Poland. It'll happen in Japan. It'll happen in Australia, Malaysia, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, wherever the fuck you go, women are going to be women. Okay, that's basically what he's trying to describe. So if you're trying to run away from a woman having a little attitude or whatever, or, you know, just being whatever how women are, you're not going to be able to run away from that. Okay, but again, this is what Austin fails to say, and a lot of these other YouTubers fail to say. The laws that govern the women are different. Yeah, you could go date a Muslim woman because Muslim women have to be completely compliant, and that's just part of the culture. And I guess that's the extreme of a woman who gets on your page. You can even have multiple wives in Muslim culture, so on and so forth. But you don't necessarily have to convert to being a Muslim to be successful with dating women. And again, even if you're dealing with the same shit you deal with here, guess what? They can't do the same shit they can do to you here as they can do to you in Kenya. So Austin is already at an advantage because he lives somewhere where the laws that govern men and relationships with men and women are different. So we got to keep that in our minds, guys, when we're watching these videos. I'm tired of YouTubers thinking they're saying something prolific by saying women are the same everywhere. And everybody just eats it up and then they get a bunch of views on the video. The more important thing is that we've been saying on Mentuition the whole time is that when you go to these countries, the bullshit that happens after she acts like a woman and becomes a bitch towards you are different. Okay? I said it before, I'll say it again. In Brazil, you can open hand slap a female and not get in trouble for it. Okay? Not to say you should do that, but what I'm saying is I just need to get you guys to understand the difference between United States and Brazil. You can open hand slap a woman. We had a dude open hand slap a woman on our yacht party that we had in Brazil. Nothing happened to him. Nothing. She kept grabbing his penis. He was with his girl. She kept grabbing his dick, grabbing his penis, right? The whole time. Yo, stop touching me. My girl's right here. She kept doing it. She was drunk. He slapped the shit out of her. Reset the system, reboot the system, right? Now she stopped. She's sexually harassing him, technically. Now, here, a woman will slap the shit out of you. Not only will she slap the shit out of you for groping her, you'll lose your job, you'll lose everything. Again, you shouldn't go around groping women, but women shouldn't be going around groping you. So the laws are different there with shit that men can get away with and women can get away with. You can't just be a dick, right? To a well, let's say that, yeah. You can't just do what you want as a woman in a lot of these other countries. You just can't do it. Okay? So Austin's saying the same shit everyone else says.
I was getting away from it, shape my own expectations of women around the world. Very often, American men often project what they want to see on. You guys go to Thailand. You guys remember Kate? Okay, that's basically an American woman in Thailand. And a lot of you guys do replicate that part around the world, and you do bring these same issue to other countries that you were running away from in the first place. Now, I didn't think this myself, but I did notice that some men thought submit.
Kate was also a pro. We're comparing pros to regular chicks now.
She was a sex worker. Yeah. But that's why I can't take like Austin, bro. Austin, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, bro. Dude didn't even want to come on our show. We tried to get him to come on the show. And he was like, I don't want to talk about pros. I think that topic is beating a dead horse, and I don't want to be a part of that. And bro, most of your content of what you got popular on was about pros. Now you don't have to talk about it with us, but you're bringing up Kate in this newer video. She's a pro. He's not admitting he's delusional, right? We have to.
And his first chick was a pro too, and
yes, one got caught in the video. Was getting smashed on camera. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and I'm not hating on Austin, but I'm just saying, like, he's younger too. He's 25, 26. Maybe he's a little older now, but like when he first got in the game, he's younger. This dude's 12, 15 years younger than us, right? Like, you can't, you know what I mean? We're hearing him talk, and it's like, dude, like, so again, I know a lot of people listen to Austin and they like his content, and we watch his stuff sometimes too, but this is a younger guy who has traveled a lot more than us and most people, but he's still young, right? It doesn't I don't care if he goes to 1,000 countries, right? Which is, I don't know, there's 1,000 countries in the world, maybe there are, but I don't care if he's traveled
192 or something like that.
You know, yeah, I don't care if he's traveled to all 192 countries in the world, right? He's still.
But here goes the thing. But here goes the thing I say about Austin, though. I mean, I was rocking with him when he was in Brazil, and I used to hate people talking about, you know, he was doing his journey, and people were trying to give him the cheat sheets and all that. I was like, let the nigga have his journey. But this is the thing, though, I noticed about him, with the exception of Africa. Has he really stayed somewhere a significant amount of time? Because to me, running through different countries 2-3 weeks, that's not really traveling, man. you gotta really like to really see what the nature of a place is. You gotta really stay there an indefinite amount of time, as long as your visa allows to really see. Like I could tell you the nature of Brazil. Been there twice. Was there 5 months. There with them every day, day in day out. Same thing with Thailand. Twice, 6 months the second time, 3 months the first time. There with them every day, day in day out. Doing Colombia to really kind of understand this place. And then a bunch of other countries, just little short trips. But I'm saying my question for him would be, has he ever stayed anywhere a significant amount of time? Because I think that
Only
would
Kenya.
change his outlook. Yeah, only Kenya,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
Brazil.
so yeah.
It's
So
only two places.
Yeah.
yeah,
Only
because
two.
I mean, obviously he can't do nothing about being young, right? He got to understand. He got to read more books. He got to get some knowledge first before he keep talking. Second off, he got to pay his dues. At 26, I wasn't traveling at 26. That's not to say I was a lame or a loser. I was just doing so well in America at the time. If you're in America between the ages of 18 and 26, it's good for you. Once you hit 32, though, this shit changes. The dynamic changes, right? And then you really don't, as a man, your best years really happen 40 to 55. That's a fact. Your most productive, your highest earnings, everything, you've mastered what you're going to do with your career, 40 to 55. So me, myself, I'm like 48-ish. I'm like 48-ish. But the point I'm saying is just that he has to stay in these, he has to go back and redo everything all over. That would be my advice to him. Because a lot of what he's saying is not making any sense to me. But I can't concede that one thing I do say is that there is a lot more freedom in these countries dealing with women as a man, but that's because we know America is really a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. But the thing about it is that these when you leave America too young, I think when you leave America too young, you don't really deal with the harshest realities of the nature of women. And I can honestly say that one glitch I see in the Matrix is that English speaking women really think just like women in America. That's why whenever I meet them and they're bilingual, I say, how do you think? How do you think? Because when they learn English, it changes their brain. Their brain chemistry changes when they think in English versus when they think in their own language.
Understandable. Shout out to our guy Quavius. That's one of our guys. He said, so does the Peru 6 think that she's a bad B? Not really. You know, they're level-headed. I mean, it's the same as a lot of these other chicks overseas, even in Colombia. Like the baddies don't really understand. Some of them know how bad they are because they got a bunch of American dudes simping on them. But the regular chicks, a lot of them don't even understand how bad they are. So they're level-headed, they're easy to talk to, all of that stuff. So yeah, shout out to you. Appreciate the question. Shout out to Cornell too. He said, I'm sick of Austin. He's insufferable. I watch some of his stuff, but I agree. I think that, you know, some of the stuff that he says is just off the wall. Now, this, I think a lot of the stuff that he's saying is true, but some of the stuff that he's saying is still like I said, he's talking about Kate. Kate is a pro. And he's comparing that to like regular chicks and comparing that to dating regular girls. So I don't understand that. Like,
yeah,
that
but that's important context.
Yeah,
she was a whore, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I can't take him serious in a lot of different, like when he puts out some of these videos, because the context of certain things that are super important are pulled out for him to try to make a point. But his point is mute if you know about him and you know his past. So it's like a person, chat, when they graduate from middle school and they go to high school, and you know it's a different high school across town that you just happen to go to as well, and you knew he was getting bullied in middle school. He was getting stuffed in the trash can, getting swirlies and shit, right? Bitches was playing them from left and right. He didn't even go to prom with a girl. He went to prom by himself. He's a fucking loser, right? He's a lame. He's a loser, right? It's what they call us, even though we're not lame, because we're black men and we speak with diction and speak properly. We're somehow lame, but we actually went to prom with bad bitches, right? But Austin is pulling the okey doke. It's Well, most people that are now watching my content probably don't know really know who Kate is. And even if they do, they didn't necessarily know she was a whore. So I'm gonna make a video that's all nicely edited and say all this shit and then bring up some girl named Kate. And then people aren't gonna really do the research. But if you know that she was a whore, then his point is completely mute. He's using a point that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You can't throw a whore in there and then be like, oh, the girls are this. And like if you go to Thailand and then you pick a girl who's a sex worker, doesn't make sense. So this is why I can't take a lot of these people in the travel space and on YouTube in general seriously, because it's a lot of say one thing, then behind the scenes you're like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if we met Austin and he was still smashing pros, right? It's just they got to go on their channel. They've now the boy who cried wolf. They've made their channel this certain thing. They've lied so much or, put on this facade so much that now I have to keep up with this. Because now if anyone ever finds out that I'm actually still banging whores or whatever it is I'm doing, right? Not even have to be whores, anything like that I say that I don't do anymore, I'm going to lose my integrity. The integrity of the channel is going to change.
Well,
That's
travel
basically-
time with travel time with Paul. Shout out travel time with Paul. I think he caught him a couple of times with some pros in Kenya. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really changed. I mean, you got to be honest. Like I look at you guys as the men's rights platform. If I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. But you don't got to divulge that because you know what's going on in the government with men's rights. But that's how I look at you guys. So I would say that to me the pros was always a crutch, right? It's a crutch. It's an intermediary thing while you working on a better normal woman thing, right? You got to do the little thing. You waiting to get the pussy 2 or 3 days while you waiting. You go get your dick stuck. You go fuck for a couple of bucks, right? But what I've been saying since I went to Brazil the first time, and I went to all the thermals. I went everywhere. I could drop a pin. And find Al. I probably know where he liked to hang out. But I went to all the spots, and like after my first month, I was in a WhatsApp group, and me and this dude got into a really big, huge argument, like a real beef that spilled over into the streets. Because I said to myself, I said in the group something simple. I said, you know what? This is cool, but you can't buy pussy forever. You just can't. It's not practical. It's not fiduciary. It's immature. It's just so many things wrong with it. And this dude let into me and all this stuff, and I was just like, and 4 years later, I'm still seeing the same shit. Like, niggas is out here like, I'm going to buy pussy till I die, till I'm like 80. He's going to keep buying pussy. What is that really about?
Yeah, and that's my problem. And I said that earlier on the show. I said, you can't do that shit forever. You don't want to be, I wouldn't want to be in Parque Aires forever. I wouldn't want to be on Hollywood Beach in Cartagena forever. My issue, and I'll let Al talk, but I want to say one last thing. I've said this before. My issue with a lot of these guys is I tell them, just shut up. Stop bringing up men who are doing it because you're still doing it or you started doing it. It's what I said about Lord, right? You were in C3. C3 used to go to Cartagena. They used to go to Sosua. You guys, everyone in that group has peed for peed before. So don't look, you can flip flop and say what you want to say, but again, say it in a way where you're actually uplifting men. Or if you're downing men who did it, but you started doing it or you still do it, I just can't take you serious as a man. I can't take you serious as a content creator. I can't take you serious as a person, a spokesperson for the travel space or a spokesperson for men. I believe that a real man would go up and say, look, I've done this. I've done it before, right? Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I still dabble, but I'm telling y'all, look, it is something you're going to probably get tired of doing. Just like what you said, Wilf, it's, I can't do it forever. You shouldn't really want to do it forever. Here's the bad thing. Like, just be, like I said, it's not all kumbaya and be an honest, open book about everything you're doing, but you at least got to put that in there that you've done it. That's what got Cooley in trouble from the No Fugazi podcast. He's dating a white woman that got kids from other dudes. He talking shit on his podcast. You're a single mom and this, and then they pulled his card. What he should have been saying on his podcast from the beginning is, I'm in a situation with a woman who has kids by another man, and it's not optimal. Then it negates everything everyone can. It's the old 8 Mile thing where Eminem just said what they were going to say before. If you put it out there, again, you ain't got to put everything out there, but it just give us something. Then we're not going to we can't really use it against you because you already said it. But Austin's doing the, I don't like it, man. It's crazy. Go ahead. I'm at.
Yeah, no, and there were YouTubers that I met
behind the scenes,
that oh, I got a girlfriend, everything's great, doing vlogs, all this shit with my girl, we're kicking it, we're at the beach, all this stuff. And then, behind the scenes, when I meet them, it's like, I hate this bitch, like, out in the streets, banging a bunch of pros every day, all that stuff. Like, it's like we always say, we've done P for P. For me, like when I first went down to Brazil, I was going crazy, but then eventually I just met, like, I ended up meeting regular chicks and dating regular chicks. And so I didn't really have to nearly as much. And, I really got tired of it. I didn't want to keep doing it, but we're not going to shame people for doing it. If it's a stage of their life, cool. But the title of the show is, we need to be evolving just in general. We need to be getting better in general at everything and becoming the best version of ourselves possible. We bring this goofy up that wants to, talk shit on me. Bring that up.
He ain't come up yet. He's
not going to come up. He's gonna live in the chat and just be on our nuts and talk shit.
I think I met this guy before too. He looks familiar.
He's probably a fan of the channel, man. He looks like he's built like Blastoise. He's ugly ass dude, but these are the people in the comments. They're not evolving. They're just gonna go from channel to channel, sit in the comments, talk shit, troll, all this stuff. They're never gonna better themselves. They never can do, what anybody else is doing, but this is what you get. So we need to be evolving. We need to be becoming the best version of ourselves. And I think that a lot of what Austin's saying in this is true, but he's another example of the people that don't give the disclaimers. And then he's talking all high and mighty and talking down to men. You're not going to be able to come to Kenya and do this. I'm clouded up. I can do this, bro. I guarantee you, if I went to Kenya, I could do what Austin's doing. It's not that difficult. It's really not.
From what I hear, Kenya is a layup. It's not one of the more difficult countries, but I haven't been there yet. I hope to go to Africa next year and then spend like a whole year just between the different countries. Spend a couple of months in each one. But
they were at the mall getting like the Kid Greatness made a thing saying he went like 0 for 50 at the man. I'd have to self-delete if I ever go 0 for 50. You will never see international again. But that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, you're also not going to see me talking down to other men, no matter what position, because everybody starts in different areas.
Also, hold on real quick, Trevor. Also, life happens, chat, right? So if you went over to Kenya and you got a wife, right, and you started the family, life happens. It's the same shit that happens here. That you didn't had sex with this girl for the last 10 years, right? You tired of her. Y'all have y'all little argument. It's the same. That's what we say, but it's the same, right? Is she mad at you about something? She ain't. You came home late one night. You're gonna deal with some of the same things. It's just gonna happen. So I need people to understand that, right? Again, I talked about Nate. He lives in Medellin. Nate got a girlfriend. He's like, man, she be getting on my nerves sometimes, but I like her. She cool. Right? It's the same. But guess what, fellas?
It's a lot different.
It's
a lot different when you come home and a meal's cooked.
Yeah.
And she's taking care of you and all that stuff.
And the light bill's not $200, $150. Your laundry, you can get a maid. You can get a driver. All the shit that you paying for here, I'm still dealing with the bullshit. She still get on my damn nerves. But damn, at least the food's good. At least I ain't eating McDonald's every day. And you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It's just it's a better life in general, right? Shout out to Space. His name's Space Baby or Space Boy or something like that on TikTok. he every time he starts his TikTok, Swadika, he has this real loud voice saying Swadika. And he's a black dude from Memphis, Tennessee, talking about, hey, look, y'all, my light bill's only $15. My water bill's $2. I just went to the 7-Eleven down the street and I got this, and it only cost me $2 as well. And then I go here and I stayed at this nice hotel and it only cost me $15 a night. I mean, he's literally giving game on just being in Thailand. Not talking about pros or whores, prostitutes, whatever you want to call them, no massage places. He's just talking straight up game from Memphis, Tennessee, from the hood, from the streets, living in Thailand, spending less than $100 in his bills, and maybe less than $300 or $400 in his rent, living in a penthouse suite. So, okay, he got women are a product of that, or maybe he's talking to girls over there. But guess what? At the end of it all, she can't take half of his shit, and his bills are still under $400. Like, you know what I'm saying? For us as men, money means something. We don't have vaginas. We can't go on the street and stand out and girls pick us up and we make money. We can't do that. Only women can do that shit. We got to get it out the mud. What did Travel Wolf just say? We don't get it out of the mud until we in our 40s and 50s to really be able to enjoy a lot of shit. And then women here, Myron on Fresh and Fit, y'all want us to not be able to fuck the girls now. Now that we at our peak, you want us to back down and hold ourselves back and now just marry you and not travel to these countries or not enjoy shit. If you're making enough money, you can come here in Miami and rent a yacht for $4,000, of course. But you can have the baddies on the yacht now because you can now you piss $500, right? A woman's value when she's young and hot, it's like money. It's like it's like a millionaire. If she's a bad bitch, it's like you could look at her and be like, yo, she could get a dude that make like $1 million, you know what I mean, a month or 500,000 a month. Like she's that bad, or maybe let's not say that much. She could date a guy that make like 30K a month. Cause look at her, bro. Someone's gonna spend it on that. So how can we look at women and go, a man will spend on that? Well, guess what, fellas? When we gotta wait until we can command that respect and have that kind of money and actually have it to get there. And you're gonna get there a lot faster in Thailand and in these places. And people will joke and say, you can't cut it. You are a loser, work harder. The system is set up in the United States for most people never to make over $100,000 a year. I'm gonna break it to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, when they see 100, they get angry. Like imagine you're the top of an organization and you're seeing Travel Wolves make 100. I'll make 100,000. Damn, it's all these zeros. Damn, we gotta pay Steve 100,000. Then we gotta pay Mike, you, and Cornell. Bro, imagine if their whole payroll said 100,000 a year. 100. Bro, they would pull their fucking hair out. So they purposely keep us all under that 100K. Most of it'll keep you down to like 50, 60. They'll give you a little raise every year, right? You gotta have multiple hustles here, but 50, 60K in Thailand. Oh man, you're out of here. 50, 60K in Medellin. Oh man, you're out of here. You're in the top 1%. You know, and again, take the women out of it. You living like a king. So that's what the dude from Thailand Space, I can't forget his name, the rest of it, but he's trying to get y'all to understand. So the system is set up in the United States, fellas, for us not to make, I'm gonna use that number, over 100,000. It's tough to make over 100,000. Very difficult.
Well, not the way they want you to do it by working for an employer, you know?
Yeah. The way the conventional way.
Yeah, the way they want us to do it. If you have it, but the thing we gotta talk about more is how do brothers disconnect? Like how do you get to Thailand and have income coming in, right? How do you get to Colombia, have income coming in, right? That right. I think is what we need to really do something about. Like that's what I was trying to do, get a bunch of brothers who are interested in that, meet in person, because we can create our own cooperative. Like I've always had this vision for Brazil, where like Rio, where like, you know, because it's just so fucked up. Everything from exchanging money to where to stay, right? And I was like, if brothers just took their little bit of money, put it together, made a cooperative, think of it like a fucking residential spot where it's like a timeshare. We all come, we all stay 2 months. It's already like everything's paid for because you invested in this. You have equity in it, right? And then we could run a little business, because I was going to do a business in Brazil, because I learned that one of the things the Brazilian government would pay you for is the manufacture of electronics there. You know, the manufacture of electronics. That's why they want to do really, really, like they've been trying to do this shit for like 30 years. That's why the tariffs on electronics is so high. And they'll back you for that. But again, you know, we got to talk about these other options to make income coming in when you're not living in America. That's the thing. That's how they keep us a little bit still connected to them. You know, like oh, I can't like most jobs. Like in my opinion, there's no real remote work. There's work from home, and you can do some little slick shit. But I'm not gonna tell everybody. But you can do some little slick shit to be a remote worker. But the most part is everything is work from home. So what we got to find out is we got to find a way for more brothers to earn that 60,000, 75,000 without having to be in America. You know, and I think once we do that, then we'll start to see a lot more power we can leverage. You know, we can leverage against the country. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, I was in Thailand. I mean, Thailand is really the cherry because for like $3,500, you can pay your rent for the whole year. If you pay your rent for the whole year in Thailand, everything else is easy. Everything else is easy.
100%.
Yep. We think we're gonna. You ready to wind it down?
Yeah. We'll wind it down. But what you just said,
good, you know, that's part of our vision to make these jobs overseas and make a way for people to be able to come over there. That's like in our 5-year plan. But you know, other YouTube channels not talking about doing shit like that. Other YouTube channels,
they want to fight,
talking about fighting and pulling up, and
they want to fight.
Bunch of low level niggadry. But for us, we actually trying to change the world. And we have a mission, and so we are actually working to try to make those jobs overseas, be able to have these businesses overseas, and hire people and change their lives. And we've already, you know, helped out so many people already move overseas, but I can't wait till we can do give people jobs overseas and employ people.
Yeah, I'll say this before we wind down. That's always been the goal of Mentuition. Yes, of course, we talk about a bunch of pros, of course.
I want some hawkers.
But to be honest with you, the goal is and always will be, as far as the travel part of this channel, is to try to get men over there in the masses. And that's over there, meaning over anywhere that's not here, that gives men a better life. Shout out to my mom. My mom talked about a movement, even my grandfather, born in 1929, my mom born in 1955. They told me when they were younger, there was a movement called the Back to Africa movement. There was a guy, I forget his name, who actually had a thing where he was trying to bring black people to go back to Africa, to Kenya, all these different places.
I think it was Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, and they stopped him. Yeah, they stopped them. But people were mad. People, white people were mad too. Wait, you want to go back? Yeah, no, y'all don't want us here. You know what I mean? This is back when they was doing all the lynchings and Emmett Tills and all that stuff. Before that time, but even up into that time, I believe Marcus Garvey had this whole movement to do that, and they shut it down, right? And so what I'm trying to say with that is, you got to move people sometimes over little by little. When you try to start a huge movement or move people in the masses, the FBI, the government, they start looking at you funny. I do think that it's beneficial to the United States if people leave and work overseas. Y'all can buy up all the real estate. Y'all trying to gentrify everything anyway. How about I just move out of New York City? You take the fucking building and I go and live in fucking Thailand, right? I would rather.
We want you to rent it though.
No, what I'm saying is, in places where they're gentrifying and building like high rises that certain people can't afford, those people end up getting pushed out into the rural areas. But what if they said, what if there was a initiative where like you could leave, like kind of Travis was saying, like a lot of jobs, or I think you were saying, like they don't want you to be overseas, they kind of want you to work from home. But what if it was like, yo, look, we'll pay for you to work from home, like, or for work overseas, like. And then to me, the motherfucking real estate motherfuckers that want to buy everything up will probably get it a little easier. But my main point is this. My main point is that has always been the goal of Mentuition, is to figure out how we can get people out of here over somewhere else, but making that salary that women laugh at here, the 50K, I can't date no man making no 40, 50K, 60K, where that can go and stretch. And it'll certainly stretch in some of these other countries. Travel Wilf, I wanted to give you a moment to give any of your closing thoughts and anything you wanted to say.
Wow. You unpacked a lot before we about to leave, but to answer your question, I just want to answer your question with some knowledge that I know. So the reason why they won't let us go is political, right? Because they use African American people and primarily African American men to scapegoat everything, you know. So I'll just say that real quick. But basically, no, I love you guys' platform. I really have an intuition, no pun intended, about where you guys are going and what you guys are about. And I always tell Zoe all the time, if y'all just stay away from the niggerism, you guys in 3 years will be running this whole thing. Because y'all got the production quality. Y'all got the topics, you know, y'all a good team. Y'all just gotta stay away from the bullshit, stay on your agenda. You're two intelligent brothers. Guys like me is always gonna jump in front of any suckers trying to make you flex. You ain't gotta worry about that, you know. If Al don't do it before I do, unless Al beat me to it. But the point is that
Al with all the smoke.
yeah, exactly. Me and Al. I got your back, Al. Don't worry, I got your back, Al. But but that's what I always tell Zoe. That's the only thing I would say when I say I don't speak on Zoe, but I would say I always tell Zoe what a good set of brothers you are. Y'all gonna be running this shit in 3 years. It won't be anybody else because 80% of it is the production quality you guys bring to the table. You got that a lot. They don't got the technical expertise. They already washed up. The IRL is the future, as you can see. I'm not gonna name no names, but we know a lot of imitators, duplicators. But that's why I want to pay you guys for the services properly to set another example. But anyway, yeah, that's all I want to say, man. You know, you guys are good. You got a good show. Keep doing your thing. I might come to Miami. If I come to Miami, I'll look you niggas up, come fuck with y'all for a minute or two, because I got something I'm planning down there in South Beach next year. But yeah, that's what I want to say. I don't want to get into too much stuff, but you unpacked a lot before we. But the reason why they won't let us go is that politically they need to scapegoat brothers. They need us to scapegoat everything. Yeah. And I'll say this real quick. You know, like the Puff Daddy thing, whether you disagree with him or not, there are several other cases going on right now involving white men that they don't even talk about, that are sexually related, that they don't even talk about, right? Because that's why they got him. And here goes an example I'm talking about. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna take a photo of that. Thanks. Like even in Colombia, a couple of days ago, I go to this spot that somebody recommended me to, right? And I'm talking to the owner of the spot. He a guy from Amsterdam, but he owned a business here. It's a pretty cool spot where I'm at. And he go to me, hey man, what's going on with that P. Diddy thing? I get it, but what's it with the baby oil? And I'm like, see, that's the impact that they're having on us around the world, right? They're trying to push that reputation onto us, even though I'm not in America.
Right. Yeah.
So they see me, they see P. Diddy. But I'm gonna stop right there. You guys have a great night. I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I got your number. I got you.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, hit me up. What's up? Appreciate you coming up.
No problem.
All right, y'all. That was Travel With. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. It was a good conversation, great topics. We'll jump into some more stuff from Skylar and Austin on the next show. Yeah, man. We try
to
still
have mad topics to talk about too on the next show.
Yeah, we don't be
it's gonna be action packed. I think that whole fashion show the fashion show and then a lot of stuff happening like that. That's that deletion attempt today was crazy.
Assassination. So we had some things come in kind of last minute, but look, man, you know, we get through it. It's a 3-hour stream, and I think it was a productive stream. That's the thing with our streams, chat. We want them to be as productive as possible. We're trying to stay away from the non-productive bullshit as much as we can. Again, we are still with the shits. We will still joke. We will still put you on the big screen if you talk shit, but we're not going to dedicate, again, like full shows to the bullshit. We really want to try to progress the space, and I think the conversation today was a progressive one. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with us as long as you guys have. Those of you who watch this on the playback, make sure you like the video and really just share it, guys. I think that's how we got big in the first place, was just people sharing the video, sharing the content. I don't think there's any other channels that talk about the topics we talk about in the way we talk about them. And so, you know, we're one of a kind for sure.
Shout out to Homie Sub. He said, thank y'all for this live stream. Yeah, man. It's dope to have. Appreciate you coming up, Travel Wolf coming up, us being able to chop it up, have a dope conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love this progressive talk. I love just trying to push the space forward, and we're going to continue to do so.
1000%. So before we cut out of here, guys, let's go over our housekeeping real quick, and then we will cut on out of here. We have our locals, that is mentuition.locals.com, guys, and this is where you guys will see our behind the scenes footage. This is Brazil in Rio de Janeiro. A lot of beauties, a lot of booties walking around. Make sure you guys check it out. It's free to join our locals. However, if you want to see the behind the scenes footage, you do have to sign up for $9.99. All right. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuitions, where you guys will get all the sauce, all the breakdowns. We do also list job listings on here, and really just we add a lot more of the not safe for YouTube content that you see here, a lot of the extras, and all of it in its entirety will be here on the Patreon. We have 3 tiers. The first tier is our general admission tier. You get access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, we have our VIP tier. You get access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off of consultations, 10% off of merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, shout out to everybody that's a part of the All Access Pass. Give it a This membership is how you guys can basically support us at the highest level. You get 1 free consultation per month up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, and 20% off the merch. And guys, don't forget to join the Discord. The Discord is mentuitiondiscord.net. That's how you guys can join it. It is free to join. It's where you guys can chat about your upcoming travel plans. We also have a Facebook group. The link for that Facebook group is in the description below. And make sure you guys join the Mentuition Mafia. That is our YouTube membership. It is only $3.99 to join our YouTube membership. The link is in below. You'll see like a little fist that's like this, little flexed muscle. Next to that, we have our membership that you can sign up for. Okay.
Join up for the disc if you like conversations like this, all that stuff. Join the Discord, like Steve was saying, and join up soon because the Discord is free right now. Pretty soon, it's gonna have some paid stuff. So the people that lock in and get in now, you're gonna get access to a lot more than people joining later. They gotta pay for it. So make sure you join up in the Discord. Yeah, man, working on a lot behind the scenes. We got booked. Me and Steve got booked over the weekend to do another event. Somebody thought that our price was worth it and sent it in. So it's a pretty big YouTuber. Another one. I'm excited for the content that's gonna come from it. We're not gonna announce it yet, but it's huge, man. It's gonna be a huge production.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for that, man. So
yeah,
shout out to them. They know who they are. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Non-stop grinding. We got some other stuff behind the scenes that we're working on finalizing very, very soon. Working with Homies Hub on a project, working on Brazil 101, working on the swim week stuff. So super excited for what's gonna be coming up in the next few months.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So make sure you guys lock in, tune in, and we appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys on Monday. We'll probably do some IRLs in between that, guys. You know how we do. So stay tuned for something probably tomorrow for sure. We'll keep you guys updated. Might even do something tonight if it's not too late, but we'll figure it out, chat. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys. And until next time, adios.